Welcome everybody. Welcome. Let's just mute myself on that one. Let's go. Right. So welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. Don't even know what company I'm broadcasting for. This is the TCR Challenge Cup Season 20. We're in week 9. We're here for what is this? 16 and 17 rounds for Virginia International Raceway full course. We don't have Sam Booz in with us this evening. He's chilling like a villain. But I do have the wonderful Jay Corley in the booth. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing spectacularly well. The weather outside is amazing, so I'm a little bit regretting the fact that I'm sat in my rig at the minute broadcasting. But other than that, it's good, and I love this track. Well, we'll talk about this track and me in a minute. We've got a very hot track. It's 46 degrees. I gather from what you were saying before, this is nothing like the officials.
Yeah, when it's been dry, it's been moderately warm, but a lot of people have, whilst they're loading up into their officials, they're doing their practices, standard 2-hour practice at open, nice setting, 20-30 degrees on the track, and then they go into the session, and it turns into a monsoon.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love it. Some don't, but I love it.
Right, okay. And how did your racing go? It's a loaded question.
Well, the video that's already been released, people know that I'm still crying. But that's the second one goes a little bit better. I actually did a race earlier today off broadcast, and honestly, one of the best races I've had this season. Although it's been wet in the officials, everyone's just been absolutely having a whale of a time. No pun intended, because whales like water.
Hey, like what you did there. No, that's good. I watched some of your wrestling videos from time immemorial over the course of last week.
Wow.
They're really entertaining and really good. I like them. Right, so
Yeah.
let's have a look. We're here at Virginia. This has let's talk about this. We've got a horseshoe here. We've got a hog pen here. We've got a oak tree or old oak tree, depending on when you joined the iRacing service and what you know of Virginia. This is a fantastic track. It's got a million different versions of it. We're just looking at the normal full, in inverted commas, on your screens right now. I made myself criminally famous at this track, Jay. Do you know how?
Please tell.
There's a version of this track which has a massive infield. It goes on forever. It's like the Nordschleife, or I feel like it goes on forever.
I think I know the one. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it is nuts. It is bonkers, and I may have got a bit lost. On that version of, there's no need to laugh. On that version of the circuit, there's how many pit lanes? Do you know?
On the infield?
On the whole track, if you use that extended layout.
Oh, I only know for 2 outside ones on both straights. Is there more?
There's another secret one on the infield. So Pete decided that, on this endurance race, not driving these cars, I can't even remember the car I was driving now. Somebody in the chat will remember, and somebody will embarrass me. But Pete may have pitted in the wrong pit lane. And lost a shitload of time, and would have got a top 5, I think, but ended up over 15th or something like that. But we don't discuss that too much anymore. Right. Anyway, we've fixed a glitch in the standings. It was the slightest of glitches, and it didn't really affect anything at all until it would have done this week. So we've caught it in time. So we're going to look at the standings as they are officially now. We're in the right-hand column, folks. What was happening before was it was only selecting half the amount of drop weeks. So now we're selecting the correct amount of drop weeks, and it puts Pete Newman, your previous teammate, Jay, into the top spot. Stephen Walker is in second, but look how close that is. That's less than 30 points. And then Wobbly is in third, and he's only 1 point behind Stephen Walker, his own teammate, and therefore less than 30 points behind Pete Newman as well. In theory, wow. Casper is still in with a shout as well, 135 points behind, because 135 points is quite easy to get when you're up in these pro standings, isn't it? You can hog that any time of the week. We do have a hog pen here, so maybe he'll get it from that. That was bad. That was terrible, wasn't it? I
still laughed.
Yeah,
I still laughed.
That's just
it's
bad
fine.
for me. So yeah, it's that's about as close as you need it to be at this point. It's not the closest season we've ever had. I think 2 seasons ago was ridiculous. Last season, RD Simsport made a difference, and it was a bit more protracted. This season's back to being a tight championship, Jay.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier for Pete. Seeing him all the way up there. It is extremely close, though. He's got 2 extremely skilled drivers breathing down his neck, and then he's got Mr. Consistent himself, Casper Smerlo, in 4th place, ready to pick up any pieces of any freebies, anything that he can take. You can be sure that he's going to make the most of it. So anything can happen. We've only got a couple of weeks left, and I'm excited to see where this one leads.
Yeah, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, is it? 4 weeks? Oh, Pete doesn't know how to count. Just give Pete a second. His brain.
4 weeks,
1,
including
2,
this one.
3, 4 weeks, including this one. Yeah, cool. So the last race is worth triple points. So you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, you haven't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You've got 1,200 points still on offer for top spots, which, when you look at the table now, that makes a massive difference, doesn't it, really?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. When you put it like that, it's still pretty much anyone's game. If anyone misses any more weeks from now, it could prove absolutely disastrous to what sort of wood they're going to be getting their hands on.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of wood, you will have seen in the Discord that Miguel has got his hands on my wood. And he's very proud of it as well, by the look of things. He's got several trophies in the little picture. Where's it gone? There it is. He's got ones from when he was racing Kia Optimas, and for those of you that were around at that time, that was the car to drive back then. I don't know whether you were on iRacing at that point, Jay.
A bit before my time, that one.
I think so, yeah, because they binned it for it used to run with one of the Mustangs, like the old Mustang.
Car, I think.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And then he's got a Clio Cup one in there, which is in a league that I'm not quite sure I recognise. But he's got a few third places, a few victories in there, and then in the foreground, because we know it's at least 6 or 7 feet tall, that trophy, the one from TCR Challenge Cup.
It's a lot of wood.
It's a lot of wood. It's massive. It's massive. It dominates the picture. But I've asked him which is his favourite. It's probably one of the Kia championships, because they were quite special back in the day. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at the Pro-Am, because this is pretty close as well. Only 48 points separates Freddie Van Eekhoven from Michael Hull, another of your ex-teammates. They feature heavily, don't they, your ex-teammates?
I get around.
You do get around. Jamie Wilson is there, stalking as well. Another, 50 points, 40 points behind. Then Deck Crowther and Tony Walker fill out the top 5. And then you got a whole host of Hydro Race Racing Forces cars behind that. This one's as tight as it always is. This is the one that you used to race. No, you raced in the top slot, didn't you?
I was forcefully promoted.
You were forcefully promoted by me into the top
Kicking
split.
and screaming.
You were, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I don't remember the naked bit, but okay. This one's always it's a brawl, this one, and it kind of goes to the last race of the season each season. But there's some good names in there that could take this particular certificate away.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, I think you described it perfectly. It has pretty much been an absolute brawl, a slobber knocker, a main event at the Silverdome. It's been back and forth, a different leader every single week. Now we've got a little bit of a gap between 2 or 3 of them, and now we've got the drop weeks in. It's literally going to be a sprint for the finish, and I think we're going to see some absolutely ferocious driving and battling from each one of these. It's this is still, and since the first week, my favourite championship to watch in this series.
Yeah. And then we've got we'll call them the developing drivers, those that are honing their skills in the AM class. Daniel Lewis on the top of this, but not by as much as he maybe would like, because Chris Dixon is keeping him honest here. 97 points behind. Now, you can do the math yourself, folks. They've already done 15 rounds, so that's about 80 points a round, or 70 points a round, would you say? Yeah, that's about right. So he's not out of the woods in the clear, I mean. And Paul Hurley, David Ayres, and Andy Littler all have an opportunity if Daniel Lewis has some bad races. What stands against them is that Daniel Lewis turns up every race, so he's not really got drop races, and he doesn't miss anything else, if you know what I mean. So they've got to race him all season now.
Yeah, the thing that Daniel also has the advantage of, he's already had his bad races. They've counted in the drop week, so it's almost as if they never even happened. However, because those drop weeks have been used for Daniel, I think it's Zandvoort and I want to say Spa as well. I think he had a bit of a accident there as well, of the racing kind. And it's just, if he has any more bad weeks now, then that's going to be a large chunk for Chris, Paul, or David to potentially take out of him. But we've seen what Daniel has been like this season. It'd be very hard, I think, in my personal opinion, to see anybody else winning this season. But like I said, these bad weeks have already been taken in the drops. It only takes one race to flip everything on its head.
Yeah, it does. And you can see the impact of having race weeks in here. Drop weeks in here. Fiona there in 7th place at the minute. If you take a left-hand score with no drop weeks, she'd be up in like 3rd place. No, 4th place. Sorry, my apologies. Not wearing my glasses. But as it is with the drop weeks calculated, it pushes her down to 7th place, whereas other people benefit from those drop weeks. It's a dynamic, folks, that keeps it interesting. Keeps it interesting. Let's have a look. Oh, not that one. Let's have a look at the team standings. Your previous team, which is Michael and Pete in Result X Pure Sims, are right on the top there. They've got a good buffer. They're not safe yet, I don't think, from Geo. And Result Clothing iRacing team, which is PVG and Tony Walker, having a sterling season so far. I think Result X have got some work to do still, though, don't you think?
Yeah, it's the advantage Result Pure Sims have is they've got 2 drivers there who are fighting in 2 different championships. So that's could possibly have max points in 2 different categories. But because they're both fighting in 2 different championships, they're close championships. If they both have a bad week, that's two drivers and one team that's not going to be picking up a load of points. And when the team that's behind you has probably Stephen and Sam Blees in it,
2 good drivers and 1 rubbish one.
Sure. Then Pete's got a lot of work on his hands, and Michael has a whole league pretty much on par with him speed-wise that he's got to use every ounce of his ability to steal points from. Yeah. They're perfectly capable of stretching that lead. They've just got a major task on their hands. But you couldn't ask for 2 better people to try and get that task done.
Yeah, totally. And then driver of the meeting. It's been going on for a while as we trip into qualifying, folks. We'll show you the track in a minute. Freddie is currently top of the pile with Jamie in 2nd place. Then Casper, well, everybody else. Then Casper in 3rd, and then everybody else is on 1 that you can see there, all the way down to Jaden Scotton. And then Sir Alan's Safe Driver Award. Deck Crowther still. He's done 3,151 laps and only got 39 total incidents.
That's insane.
It's bonkers, that one. That's probably the best series we've seen. So, Blade Designs SRL, well represented. Then Michael Hall, he's not just fast, he's safe. Same for Dale Bennison. He's quick in his AM-Class car with his Spyro by Result Clothing sponsorship. Only 40 incidents. It's a fair amount less laps, of course, than corners rather than Deck Crowther. But that one's still being fought for. Right, let's go to live racing. We can see them all piling out of pit lane and going around the first few corners here, Jay. How important is qualifying at this track? It's not important at every track. A overtaking here, is it easy or not? I remember when I was racing sometimes into Old Oak Tree, sometimes into what they called the roller coaster at the top of the hill after the big long straight, sometimes into turn one. It feels like there's a lot of overtaking opportunities on this track.
Yeah, this is a surprisingly wide track in places, especially corner entries and the exits as well. Sometimes with some of these corners, you can take multiple lines. So one thing is for sure, when people are trying to move here, it's going to be side-by-side racing. And I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. You do want to try and qualify as high as you can, though, because if people are battling too wide in front of you, that's just going to be slowing the whole pack down. You're going to find quite a lot of pack racing and people kind of using each other as well, especially in the feature race for today. One thing to note as well with the long straights, the Audis, now their times haven't been particularly quick in the practice session. In the officials, they've been like demons possessed. Just absolutely. If you have an Audi behind you at the exit of Oak Tree and they've caught your slipstream, then those little buggers are taking tenths away from you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
But
wow.
we know how quick Jamie Wilson and Daniel Lewis have been in those cars as well. So it'd be interesting to see how their qualifying laps get on at the same time.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Right, we're going to go and find somebody to race on board with. Well, I won't know till the next lap, actually. What we'll do is we'll pick... we're going to go on board with Renee, right? So we'll come back to him when he gets nearer the end of the lap. He's right at the start of it at the moment. You can see them all joining your track map in the top right corner, folks. I'll try and remember to keep that on the screen at all times. They don't register until they've done a full first out lap. The bottle box in the bottom right corner there. So we have 27 racers this evening, which is a very healthy grid, as they'll go streaming underneath our camera. Alan Toon says, tight, demanding track that's a joy. It really is a joy. I do love this track, even though it doesn't like me. I've had some terrible offs at various places around here. Cal Surprise is what everybody's thinking right now of my driving. But yeah, it's definitely one of those tracks that you think you look forward to. It's not an onerous track. Sometimes I think of Laguna Seca, Jay, and I think, oh my god, I've got to race there again, have I? Really?
Yeah, I get that.
yeah. But this track, I always used to look forward to. I've not raced in ages, like literally ages. I should really do some. Right. So we're going to go on board with Renee. If you're all right to walk us through a lap, that would be brilliant,
yeah, sure.
Jay.
Sure, why not? So everybody, welcome to Virginia International Raceway, VIR, base content track in iRacing, and one of the best tracks I think on the service. As we come up to Horseshoe, turn in one between the 3 and 2 boards will be first breaking point. It's easy to overrun this corner, but you kind of want to hug the right hand side. Renee's done it absolutely perfectly before taking the middle of NASCAR bend. With that, if you make yourself go wide, you can open up the following corner. A bit of a dodgy breaking point here, just where the tarmac gets a bit darker. You do have to choose your lines carefully, hug in and just taking things out a little bit wide and use the momentum of the car as much as you can. You've got a lot of corners here that you need to get the most out of your exits, or else you're going to be faced with some very awkward situations, especially if you end up going too wide into snakes like this. Full throttle down with possibly sometimes a little bit of a lift. You want to be at the crest, going down a couple of gears and swinging your way around. Very easy to go wide there as well. Then we go to the oak tree. After hit by lightning, they took the tree off, and it's taking a bit of a brake marker out from everybody else, but you want to sort of open up the second half of that to try and get your car as straight as possible on the exit. Now it's a test of attrition. Is that the right word, attrition?
It is,
We're
yeah.
using it anyway, attrition. So on the long straight, you're going to get a lot of drafting, but the roller coaster is an accident hotspot. You want to be being very careful of that blind crest. A bit of practice will be needed and bravery on the brakes, keeping it nice and tight. You're then going down on tracks. out as wide as you can for the final two corners. A sharp dip here may cause a few people to go a bit wide here, but if you're patient with your throttle, you can swing the car around, and there you are, a lap of VIR. And let me tell you now, there's going to be some epic offs and some extremely hard battling going on.
Yeah, I don't remember a race here where there wasn't some sort of drama on that first lap. Stefan Goebel has popped himself into 7th place there, which is very impressive. Obviously something's wrong because Carl Hardy is currently the top. Oh no, he was. Sorry, he was. He's just been mullered by Jamie Wilson and Michael Hall on the top of Pro-Am there. Daniel Lewis, no surprise, Jay, that he's floated to the top of AM class. A good 7 places above David Ayres at the moment. You've already responded to Nicolo in the chat saying that Tom Woodcock is not racing at the minute. So yeah, it's this one's going to be a very interesting dynamic. We're not yet at that point, Jay, where the leaders of the championships are going to be over safe in their driving, over cautious. They're still going to be wanting to build themselves a gap, right? That over cautiousness happens kind of 2 weeks from the end, doesn't it? This one's going to be a bit of a drama, I think.
Yeah, you still want to be taking as many points from your competitors as possible. The only way you're going to get away from those people chasing you is by beating them. So expect no forgiveness, no mercy in some of these moves, especially as we come up to roller coaster. There's going to be a lot of games of chicken going on at this point just here, and I don't think Pete's going to expect Casper to let him go that easy next time that they find themselves in that part of the track, especially during the race.
No, and he's just given him a monster tow, actually. Pete Newman's ended up with 2 fastest of anybody's sectors.
Yeah, I think this could be the one.
I think this could be the one as well. I think we might see him rise to the very, very top because his Sector 2 time was also good. It just wasn't the best of anybody. Let's see what happened. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay. That's talk wobbly.
The importance of the importance of a slipstream on this track, and if Pete's getting that much extra time, I think that was an extra 4-5 half a second just on that lap. So if a Hyundai's getting that much, imagine what an Audi's getting on certain sections.
Yeah, good call.
With its straight line speed.
Yeah, and look at Jamie Wilson. He's just outside the top 5. The Audi's been a bit of a pig in previous seasons, but it seems to have been balanced off fairly well, I would say, by the iRacing gods, don't you think?
Yeah, the mop for touring cars is generally at the moment pretty good, so there's not very many tracks that the Audi's really weak at compared to the others, but when it finds a track that it's strong at, such as this one in my opinion, then it's, well, you're going to see for yourself just in the middle of the race how much that Audi's just going to pull out that extra little bit of oomph. Just don't make it ride a curb, or else you're pretty much going playing buckaroo for the rest of the round.
Yeah, it doesn't like them, does it? It doesn't like to be disturbed at all. So, welcome back to RD Simsport. Welcome back to Martin Shirley. He liked the league enough to return to us when the rest of the RD Simsport guys are busy doing other things. And it's a very welcome return for Martin Shirley to our leagues. I'm sure he frustrated you good and proper last season, didn't he?
Oh yeah, Martin's showing us how to cut the grass in a professional manner just there.
Yeah.
But I assure everybody else, you won't see mistakes like that very often from Martin.
No.
He's very similar to Jaden Scott in that he will put hours and hours into a track, and you literally see the practice and how much of an improvement it makes to drivers. He's one of those sorts of drivers. He will learn, and he'll only get faster if you're racing against him.
Well, it's only a 15-minute qualifying session, this one, folks. Open qualifying, obviously, because they're all on the track on your screen at the same time. Some people struggling, I think, Jay. Freddie Van Eekhoven, Tony Walker, Salvatore Gueli, all in a little bunch in the standings column, nowhere near each other on track, really. but south of where I expected them to be right now.
Yeah, that could be anything from traffic placement to just having one bad corner, and we've got just under 4 minutes left. So a lot of people who are just passing the line now are going to be pretty much doing their final lap, and they've really got to tighten everything up, and it's going to be now or never for a few of them.
Yeah, so Pete Newman, top of the standings, and parked it in the pit lane at the minute. Cannot do any more, in his opinion. Maybe he's doing some Zen stuff with singing bowls and incense or something, calming himself down, ready for the main event. Wobbly needs to do some work in order to keep that pressure on him, and Stephen Walker is currently in 5th place, provisionally. With some work to do just ahead of him. That's not going to help him having Fee just off track in front of him. Maybe that'll disturb his time. It certainly disturbed Wobbly's time. But yeah, it's. I think there's going to be quite a drama-ridden race, this one. When you get this 5 weeks out, 4 weeks out, that sort of area, people start getting serious about these titles, don't they, Jay? It becomes something tangible, something they could actually reach out and grab, and you know that you see a level of professionalism you didn't see earlier on.
Yeah, like you said, since we reach out and grab, and it's wood. It's not just any wood. It's of course your wood.
Absolutely.
So you can understand why people are willing to go that extra mile for that privilege. Some would say pleasure.
It's always pleasure. Always pleasure. Renee says on the chat, good evening, let's have fun. That's what it's all about. This should never be stressful, it should never be upsetting. This is a pastime, folks, and for that reason, it's great that Renee's got that attitude. I hope that all of our racers enjoy what they do in our league. I know I enjoy being in the booth. I enjoy being in the booth with you, with Sir Alan, with Sam, with whoever joins me, and occasionally, and very rarely, with Wobbly. But it does look like he's pushing to try and get back onto that top spot. That little blip that we saw a minute ago at Old Oak Tree cost him 3 seconds, Jay.
3 seconds?
In Sector 4, if you check that time out, it absolutely butchered his time.
I think once they realised that time was going to get deleted, or it wasn't going to be as good, they just sort of resettled the car, pulled the tyres down a bit. They knew they were going to get one more lap in as we go to the last 1 minute 5 left, and they'll get their lap done in time here.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
And I think they're working together to try and push as much as possible. Stephen Walker's going to be getting a very slight toe in front. They're actually communicating with each other right now.
Are they? Right.
Demis, I think.
Demis, is it? Demis? Yeah, it is. Yeah, cool.
And I think both of them are looking to get a fast time here. Oh, no, Stephen's just pulled out at the last moment, so Wobbly's going to have a massive advantage here. He's actually set the quickest Sector 4. He's set a personal best for Sector 3. It's now onto this last part, 30 seconds left.
But he's bailed out.
He's looking really good.
Oh, no, he has. He's slingshotted his teammate. Yeah.
Yes,
sorry.
Much, yeah.
I've got
Stephen
the driver's
was in front.
Yeah.
Stephen's gone into the pits, and now Wobbly's got a slipstream here from Demis. It's like...
It's going to be close.
He has to surely go into the lead here.
This is going to be very close. Oh, 0.06. Holy moly. Wow,
and there's going to be celebrations all around for Gio getting pole position there.
That's
Simsport sacrificing his own lap. 5th place, it's okay.
Yeah. You don't want to be behind some of those guys, though, do you? Right, okay. So, let's talk through the starting grid. I'm going to wait for people to join the grid and choose a camera. There we go. Hopefully David Ayres joins later. Right, let's extend grid in. There we go. So Wobbly will be your pole man in that drama-ridden qualifying session. Pete Newman will go off next to him on the front row. Then Renee Earhart, great qualifying from Renee there. That's spectacular. Casper in 4th. Stephen Walker in 5th. Jamie Jeffrey in 6th. Jamie Wilson 7th and top Pro-Am qualifier. That's brilliant. Michael Hall in 8th. Pete Van Gool, PVG, in 9th. Carl Hardy, the Pieman, in 10th. Stefan goes off 11th. Martin Shirley returning to us, Ferrari Simsport, 12th. 13th will be the first M-Class driver, Daniel Lewis. Then Jaden Scotton in 14th. Salvatore Goeli in 15th. 16th will be Jura Larkinen. Freddie will go off 17th. Tony T will go off 18th. Demis Tictular off 19th. JB DJ off 20th. Deck Crowther off 21st. 22nd will be Paul Hurley. David Ayres will go off 23rd. Chris Dixon off 24th. 25th will be Chesney Vandenbrucker. 26th will be Fee, and then Andy Littler will go off 27th. I thought better of lots of drivers who are busy flashing their lights right now. Right, let's go and find us a place at the front to view. There we go. Top 2 drivers and JB Dejay still to join the grid. Is there a better camera? That's not a better camera, that's a rubbish camera. That's not great either. I'm not saying that Renee's paint isn't great. It is absolutely fantastic. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's not good. Pressing the wrong buttons. It's Pete Newman's there. Waiting on Wobbly. There he is. We're going to focus on Pete Newman. And we're going to wait for the lights to come on, folks. So all the pro drivers in the top 6 on the grid. Daniel Lewis spoiling the party for the Pro-Am cars. In the middle of that field. Here we go.
Anyone with OCD right now, they're going nuts.
Absolutely having a fit. Right, here we go. We're away. I never said that. I'll get rid of that before we go live. Here we go. We are racing. Wobbly's gone already. Nearly got himself half a second's worth of lead. Someone's moving backwards. There's a bit of shuffling and a bit of arguing back here. Salvatore Gueli, 3 wide, Jay.
That's very close.
Please don't go 4 wide. Please don't do it to me. My blood pressure can't take it. Right, 2 by 2. We go around the corner and into left hook. It's going to be a punch for somebody, I'm pretty sure. Daniel Lewis scything his way through, actually. He's doing all right. Who's that? David Ayres. Doing all right. Demis Tictular is the one that's lost out most, Jays. Found his way to the back of the grid.
Down 7.
Yeah, down 7, yeah. Not good. Pete Newman down 1 position. He's been lifted out of it by Cutting Corny's René Hart. So all those Cutting Corny fans that are always watching, this is time for you to get your Cutting Corny flags out.
So far, a fantastic start from Wobbly. Nearly already pulled a second out from Rene.
Oh, yeah.
Rene with a very poor corner there as well. He's actually losing time to Wobbly instead of getting that slipstream. And now suddenly it's just a massive freight train coming up behind Rene. Just look at that view. That's going to make a fantastic thumbnail after the race. I'm going to spam all over Reddit.
Yeah, do it. That's
man,
impressive.
Just absolutely fantastic. But also an absolutely a really clean first half of the lap, and now that I've said that, let the chaos come in.
Yeah, totally. That's commentator's curse territory right there. Chesney and a recovering Demis going at it into the roller coaster. But you're right, Wobbly has got himself a shotgun start. He is away. 1.1 seconds is his lead over the start-finish line now. Oh, and we've got a challenge here.
Yep, Rene decided to go for the normal racing line. He's probably decided Pete is actually that much faster, and I don't think he's going to fight too much. He needs to close that door quick though, because Casper's now found himself side by side as well. And with this circuit, you could battle side by side for a little bit. Nicely done, good bit of traffic management from Casper, keeping himself ahead of Stephen Walker at the same time. Good driving. Yeah,
very good driving, and we've seen, as you rightly pointed out, we've seen side-by-side driving in TCRs and in V8s that have lasted over 1 whole lap before.
Slow down for Stephen Walker.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he cut the exit of 5A, I think it was, or just before the snake, just a little bit too much. It's the worst place to have a slowdown as well, because once you got your speed up, you could have someone literally, it gets that close sometimes. There's cars sweeping around there, and you're going 30 kilometers. Americans right now are just like, what the hell's a kilometer? But about 30 of them less than everybody else, rejoining the track and a few going wide as we approach Oak Tree, but still a really clean race at the moment. I'm actually shocked.
I
But
am.
it's great for everybody else at the same time. Everyone is still in it to win it.
Yeah, too right. It's why is Renee typing while he's driving? What? Okay.
I don't know. That was sent before the race.
That was it. Right. Thank God for that. I was going to get really jealous of Renee being able to drive
he's
and
talented,
type.
but
Yeah. Right. So Jamie Wilson got some pressure now from. Well, it's the battle of the Jamies. We have had this in previous seasons. Jamie Wilson and Jamie Jeffrey slugging it out. It got a bit intimate one year. Anyway, so where else have we got battles? Everywhere. Jaden Scotton and Stefan going at it. Stephen Walker seems to be losing even more positions. Another slowdown. Oh my God. So here you go, folks. The luckiest man in Christendom has forgotten his lucky underpants and is now getting relegated. It happens to the best of us, is what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah, this is actually. I think actually all the programs are going to be in two different minds about this. The ones that are in front of Stephen are going to be sweating now, whilst the others behind are going to be looking for Stephen to carve open that field right now and potentially give him opportunities to maybe make a place or two up.
Absolutely, that's good observation. Really good. Wobbly has got himself a 1.3 second lead over Pete Newman. That's what that looks like.
Pete with the quickest lap of the race, but it's literally by 200ths of a second.
Let me go and find that in the timing tower so everybody can see it. Best time, click. There we go. It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
A lot of purple sectors at the moment. If Wobbly's not setting them, it's the two cars behind him. Just once again, that slipstream. There's no slipstream from Pete Newman to Wobbly. So the fact that Pete's getting some purple sectors of his own means that he's definitely on race pace at the moment. And Rene's just tagging along for the ride at the moment, which nothing wrong with that. Could net him a podium here.
Absolutely. And we've got this massive gaggle of cars here. Where's my track map gone? What on earth? There and there. There we go. So now we've got Stephen chasing this busy group here. This is Stefan chasing down Martin, chasing down Carl. And there's good points on offer here in this point. Pete Van Gool is another 1.5 seconds up the road from this little group. You can see that gap in the distance there, and he's chasing down Michael Hall. So Stephen Walker down 7 places. Everybody else is doing okay. They're kind of holding station now, aren't they? With Demis on a recovery, he's back to -4. And you can see Stephen there has got past Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan played it quite safe there. He did slow down a little bit so that Stephen could get the pass done, but he also covered that inside line just to try and make sure that Jaden couldn't. Very close. To make sure that Jaden couldn't take advantage of a slowed down Stephen. So it's getting too many Stevens. God,
loads of
different spellings as well. It just throws me off.
Yeah, we need to deed-poll some names, don't we?
Stevie 1 and Stevie 2.
Yeah, that's how we've ended up with some good nicknames over the years, folks. So we had Rom Amratu, who's double R, and we had Abdul Al Amri, who was triple A, and Wobbly, whose real name I forget, and I don't really, but I'm just saying it just to wind him up. Yeah, we've had some good nicknames over the years. Most of them have stuck. And they've carried them on into other leagues and things. So,
slow down for Shura.
Really?
He's just, there we go. He's just letting people go on that side, but he's gained the time, or he's dropped it now, but does have that disadvantage now. He really should be getting behind Salvatore just there, just to try and get some sort of speed back. Luckily, he's not lost too much from it.
Yeah, I mean it's Jamie Wilson with an overtake. What?
Slow down for Casper.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry.
Both Jamies, actually.
Yeah, both Jamies
managed to get in front of Casper. And I'll tell you who's going to be sighing the biggest sigh of relief just then. That's going to be Rene. Casper was keeping within a second of him, and now Rene just has to keep up with Pete, and hopefully that's enough to keep both the Jamies from ganging up on him.
Yeah, because there's a good 2.5 seconds back to the Team Jamie, which is Jamie Wilson, Jamie Jeffrey,
They
and
should
apparently
actually enter themselves
Jamie
as Team
Smirnoff.
Jamie.
Sorry, what?
There should actually be a Team Jamie for next season. We need to get in touch with them and just be like, look, guys, double J it up.
Well, if we get
get a J in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Triple J.
Let's get Casper to change his name to J as well, or Jamie, or James, or something like that. And, you know, and the world's our oyster, let's face it. So this battle is for 4th place, and it goes all the way back to PVG. We're going to join PVG's bonnet. No, we're not, because he's too far back from Michael. There we go. So I think PVG getting a bit dropped by this group of 4 cars here. Audi, Elantra, Honda, Elantra. Is this an Elantra? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sliding through the corner a little bit there, Jay. It's not what you want to do, is it? Scrub your fronts.
Yeah, for the short race it shouldn't be too bad, but for the feature race you kind of want to just get away from that a little bit. But it's a nice double apex corner. At the end of the day, you want to try and get through it as quickly as you can, but also as straight as you can with the car. So he'll gain that back with the slipstream like he has just here.
Yeah, true. Round through this roller coaster series of corners, down into Hog Pen we go. Everybody's very disciplined going through these corners. Oh, that's a bit wide though. From the car that we're on with, which is Michael Hall, also known as Jamie Hall, because all these cars now have to be called Jamie, of course. We've got Jamie Smirnoff chasing down Jamie Jeffrey and Jamie Wilson. Should we just... I should go into the settings and change everybody's first name to Jamie. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
The chaos.
It would be brilliant. Yeah, Jamie's crashed.
Brothers.
Hey. Okay. Jamie Kneecaps currently leads this race. Oh, I've killed Jay. Oh dear. Hang on. Jamie Jeffrey. What happened to Jamie Wilson? Oh no, I'm going to have to go back and watch. Jamie went off track. I made him laugh too much by way of... What's going on here?
Oh,
so,
I reckon he's probably overcooked it here, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit sideways. That's very sideways. Please
very
don't.
good save.
That is a good save, though. Yeah, you're right, because the wall was not that far away. Right, okay, that's explained that little bit of sphincter tensing nonsense. Right, Stephen Walker's now caught up with somebody else. So he's got Martin Shirley, probably one of the hardest people to overtake that I've seen in many seasons, in front of him now. Let's see what Stephen can do with him. Martin seems to be able to defend positions really well. That's why I got from last season.
Another slowdown for Stephen.
What?
Stephen's got another slowdown.
Now?
Yes.
Oh my word.
He might be waiting until roller coaster.
There we go, he's gone.
Oh
he's
no,
gone.
there we go.
He's out of the gas. Right, okay, so that one's ruined that little bit of footage. Cheers. Right, so Jamie Smirnoff in the middle of the Jamie battle here. What was I going on with? Oh yeah, Jamie Kneecaps. There we go. He's got a 1.2 second lead. So Jamie Newman is keeping him pretty clean at the front. Jamie Earhart is in 3rd. Jamie Jeffrey is in 4th there. There's a big gap there dropping now, which is what Jamie Corley just pointed out to us. You've been hoovered up in this now.
Damn it.
Yeah. And then Jamie Smirnoff, Jamie Wilson and Jamie Hall all thrashing this out for 4th place. And there's no Jamies back here in the field. So this is Tony Walker with plenty of pressure onto Freddie. Both of these cars 2 places up from their start position, Jay, which is good.
Yep.
I expected them to be higher up the field. Oh, here we go. This is probably why they're not. What do you reckon?
This could be a very good test. It's very easy to battle too wide here, but here is where it starts to get a bit difficult because you have to, pretty much you either have to concede or you both carry on going side by side, which halts both of your speeds. And to be honest, they'll probably, with the position that they're fighting for at the moment, both fighting for that 15th place, don't really want those faster people behind them catching up and making this a 3, 4, maybe even 5-way battle.
Yeah, yeah. Let's have a quick look at the weather, shall we? Right, so clear, clear, clear. Oh, what's this? What's this business, Jay? Are we going to find that in our race or not?
Let's have a look. That is
We're
in
here.
an hour and a half's time. So possibly not, to be honest.
No. So it looks like, folks, we're going to go dry all race. That's nothing like the officials, is it?
It's very, very high chances for track already wet as you enter some of the officials.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's been fun though. So much fun. And anyone in the chat or racing on the track right now will hopefully mostly agree with me that it's been an absolute blast racing in those conditions, especially on a track like this. Just don't touch the grass.
Yeah, don't touch the grass anymore, folks. Well, it was always never touch the grass anyway. The grass used to be faster than the track. That's an absolute fact, though, isn't it, Jay? The grass used to be so quick.
It made Bathurst a lot of fun.
It did, yeah, absolutely, it did. But yeah, why is Wobbly dropping back?
Oh, I wonder if Wobbly's had a bit of a slowdown there. It's only been only a couple of attempts. Just having a quick look at the last lap, and actually, it was only a tenth slower than Pete last lap. So maybe it was maybe just a slightly wide corner somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. 5 minutes to go, folks, in this sprint race. This is a 20-minute race. They're on 30% fuel. We'll have a 5-minute interlude between races, and then we'll be in a 40-minute race again with 30% fuel, 30 litres of fuel. And they will be obliged to stop the car, otherwise they won't be able to get to the end. Unless someone in a solar-powered car turns up, Simon Trundle, and ruins the party. Or Pete Newman, he's been known to win races on fuel alone, on fuel saving alone, I should say. So yeah, this could prove to be, as Ura gets Salvatore Gueli finally in a proper tow. Which way are you going to go?
Sorry, Pete, in front of these, Freddie has a slowdown.
Freddie has a slowdown?
If he speeds up, this could potentially go 3 wide. It looks like he's not going to give us that spectacle, unfortunately.
No, not quite. Oh no! Oh no!
A bit hot just there on Salvatore, and that's a black flag for Salvatore as well.
Is it? Oh, no way. Well, he doesn't have to... Well, he might not have to serve it. 3 laps with a black flag, right?
I'm not sure if it's an instant black flag or if he had his own slowdown that he didn't...
it's all going on. It's all going on. What's going on here? So, Stephen has managed to finally work over Martin. And he's away after the Pie Man. Salvatore's gone to the pits, you're right. Wow. What has he damaged there, then?
That's the black flag.
That's the black flag.
It was
my God, it's an incident flag.
For something. Possibly.
That's a drive-through. Driver shame. Right, okay, so that's that. That's drama. Right, this is very, very congested just here around the Jamie part of the circuit. So your leader is Wobbly. Nobody needs to know about that, though. Pete Newman is in second place there. Rene Earhart is in third. About equidistant, those guys. And then we've got the start of the Jamie. So Jamie Jeffrey has floated to the surface of this one. Jamie Smirnoff is second in this queue, in fifth. Jamie Wilson is in sixth, and still staying with this battle massively. And Jamie Hall rounding out the back of this Jamie queue, Jay.
It's just an absolute... I'm trying to think of a really funny pun to do with the word Jamie here, but nothing's coming to me, so I'm just going to say, this is very, very good.
Yes, good, yes. Right, Carl Hardy in the thick of this now, and he's got the worst person you'd ever want behind you, behind him, Jay. It's Lucky Wookie Walker.
Yeah, he's going to be trying to hunt down as many of these places as possible now, but Stephen kind of sees himself in a predicament here. Does he fight to try and get higher, or does he play this tactically and potentially let a few people to go? I don't think Stephen's that sort of person that he will give up positions easy for an easier time on race 2, so I expect him to take the fight to Cal. He's actually making a move on him there as we're watching the Jamie train just go
Yeah,
too
yeah.
wide.
We're still too wide with Jamie Smirnoff down the inside of Jamie Jeffrey.
Yeah, and Casper will
Oh!
want to, I mean, Jamie will
God.
want to
Oh,
keep in
Jamie
front
Wilson!
of Jamie, and these Jamies are going absolutely wild.
Yeah, Jamie just nearly tried to overtake Jamie, and Jamie's now under threat from Jamie. What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
I can't keep up with this. It's making my head hurt.
Yeah, yeah. And this group of 4, with Martin Shirley at the back of this group now. Because Stephen Walker's making his way through. Jamie Smirnoff under threat here from Jamie Wilson.
Of course, Smirnoff will not want to lose any more positions, or else it gives Walker a chance to catch up. If any instance happen at all, is if you end up going wide onto this grass, it's a long way back.
It really is, yeah.
A pilgrimage to the tarmac.
Absolutely.
Call it.
Now, what's going to happen here? How far away from the line are we? Is Wobbly going to be able to stretch this out one more lap?
I think we're going to get one more lap here.
I do as well.
33 seconds. Should be more than enough time. Got a nice 1.5 second
Stephen,
lead.
what's going on? What's going on?
He just overcooked it there slightly.
He's really sizing up Pieman Carl Hardy.
Really good run here as well. He's actually going to go
good.
alongside, and look at that, brilliant.
Honda versus Honda versus Honda versus Honda. There's 4 of them all in the window there.
Yep, and PVG's too far in front to help out Carl Hardy with a bit of slipstream here, so I think Steven's going to take this position quite comfortably.
Yeah,
interesting
he's
to see
already
what Martin Shirley does here, and Carl actually going for the up and under on Steve.
Go on!
Wow.
Go on. Let's make a race of
keeping it deep. I think.
Sorry, what did you say?
Walker's going to take it. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Who cares?
But Martin Shirley having a quick look on the inside of Carl just there, and that went very close.
Couldn't even see Martin Shirley's car. He was that close to Carl Hardy then.
All 3 surviving, and some great driving from all 3 there. Good awareness from Martin to just sort of like back off a little bit as Carl was dodging the back of Stephen Walker's behind.
Yeah, absolutely right. And further forward in the Jamie train, Jamie Jeffrey is still under masses of pressure. Jamie Wilson is embodying that spirit of Audi that you were talking about before. It's a force, isn't it, that Audi on this track?
Absolutely. You're going to see quite a bit of it here, because even though Kasparov is in Jamie Jeffrey's slipstream right now, Jamie Wilson's going to be look, he's gaining on a car that already has slipstream in front of him.
That's ridiculous.
It must be so demoralising for Michael Hall behind. Michael Hall just went from 6 tenths behind to 7. Like the cars in front, the Audi is absolutely motoring.
Here we go. We're gonna have to split off this though, because I'm obliged to show Wobbly going over the line, but you know.
Yeah, fantastic controlled win for Wobbly. Nearly a second and a half from Pete.
And Renee over the line in 3rd, and then Jamie. So Jamie Jeffrey will get this. Yeah.
It's gonna be close.
Jamie Smirnoff in what's that, 5th? Yeah. Jamie Wilson in 6th, and Jamie Hall in 7th. That was probably one of the closest group battles I've seen all season.
A fantastic 3rd place in programs for PVG as well. And then Daniel Lewis once again getting himself into the reverse grid front row.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He's going to go off in 2nd in the next race. Wow.
For the leader of the AM Championship at the moment, he's literally pulling out all the stops to make sure Paul, David and the rest just have all the work to do. However, this can be a very busy track for the first 2-3 laps, as sensible as it has been for the most part of this race. I have a feeling the start of this second race is going to be unmissable.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is sizing up to be a very, very dramatic feature race. Absolutely. And look at that, Pete Newman sneaks away with the fastest lap of the race. Your previous teammate. That steals a point away from Stephen and Wobbly in the fight for the championship, Jay.
Yep, it's like we said, it's going to be a sprint for the next couple of races. You still want to be trying to steal as many points from those competitors as possible. So any place you can get now is going to be a bonus for you.
Too right. So your finishing order, folks. Wobbly finished in first. Only 1.3 seconds ahead. Maybe that was a managed finish. I'm not sure. For Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, Pete Newman finished in second place for Result X Pure Sims. Rene Earhart got himself a podium finish there. What a great result that is for Rene. In third for Cutting Corny TCR team. Then Jamie Jeffrey finished in fourth for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Jamie Smirnoff finished in fifth for Sim Racing School. Jamie Wilson in sixth, and the top Pro-Am driver tonight for Team Chimera. Jamie Hall finished in seventh place for Result X Pure Sims, second in class. Eighth and third in class was PVG for Result Clothing iRacing team. Stephen Walker finished in ninth place after 6,000 slowdowns for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. We have Carl Hardy finishing in 10th place for Safeguard by Result. Martin Shirley, who was in that massive battle there at the end, 11th for RD Simsport. Jaden Scotton finished in 12th for Flatline Racing. Stefan finished in 13th, good result for VTS Esports. Daniel Lewis, top AM class driver, over the line in 14th for Blade Designs SRL. So congratulations to you for your podium finishing class. Tony Walker T finished 15th for Result Clothing. Hydro Race Racing Forces Jura Larkinham finished 16th. Deck Crowther finished 17th for Blade Designs SRL, with Freddie Van Eekhoven 18th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. 19th was JB DeJay for BSTV. Paul Hurley, second in class, 20th on track for Just an Average Sim Racer. Blade Designs, Just an Average Sim Racer. Demis Tichelart, 21st for Hydro Race Racing Forces. David Ayres, Flashy, the new Flashy. 22nd for Safeguard. Chesney Vanderbroeker, 23rd for Rita Engineering. Chris Dixon, 24th for Work Car by Result. Sorry, David Ayres got a podium. Forgot that. It must have been the flashing of the lights, Jay, that really distracted me. Yeah. Chris Dixon, 24th for Work Car by Result, with TRP's Salvatore Gueli after getting a lot of damage and a meatball. Not a meatball, a black flag. Yeah, he didn't get damaged, did he? That's me getting my head full of that. He got a driver shame, didn't he? In 25th for TRP. Andy Littler, 26th for Work Guard, and Fee rounds out the field for Work Guard in 27th. Whew, that's a lot of people. Right, okay, let's go back to what's going on in this warm-up session. We find that they do like to practice their pit stops in this session when they can get around a track. Virginia's quite a long track though, isn't it, Jay? It's difficult to get round and practice your pit stops in that time if you've only got 5 minutes in the interim. But it's always worth getting some track time, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The pit stops could be difference between you gaining positions and sometimes losing. With Virginia, it's a 2-minute lap, so you've really got to try and get it first time, and maybe communicate with your team members who are also doing the same thing, and just sort of like get decent sort of like braking points out there. You've also got to be very careful with Virginia. There's only a couple of other tracks on iRacing where cutting the painted line too much on the entry can sometimes cause a unsafe pit entry. I mean, what we see right now is a definite unsafe pit entry because that's the wrong pit entry just there. You've actually also had a question in the chat. The chat's been absolutely buzzing tonight with people new and old in the league, and people just like watching all the racing as well. So from I Am Lee, is the feature race timed within the same day? So will the rain come into effect?
No, because we run at 1 times time, so normal time elapse. So we cover like 1 hour and 5 minutes worth of time from the start of the race. So looking at that, an hour from where have we started? So we got another 45 minutes from now, which will bring us to 5:40 maybe by the end of the race, something like So the rain isn't due until just after that. So no, we're not going to see any rain in this race. But thanks to I Am Lee for asking that question. Fleisch is thinking about doing this league in the winter. Yeah, get it done, mate. It's a good league to join. It's certainly where you can learn a lot from the people around you. There's some very, very skilled people in here, and there's always someone of your ability to battle against. Right, let's go and focus on a driver, and I'll run you through our starting grid for this feature race this evening. There we go. Let's find there we go. Right, let me extend gridding to 2 minutes. Press this button, and magic happens. Tony Walker will lead us away as your pole man for this second race. David, who's David? Daniel Lewis will go off on the front row next to him in second. Stefan Goebel third. Fourth will be Jaden Scotton. Fifth will be Martin Shirley. Stop flashing your lights. I think that's Michael Hall. You're going to get banned. Sixth will be Carl Hardy. Seventh will be Stephen. He's not listening. Stephen Walker. Lucky Wookie Walker. PVG will go off eighth. Ninth will be Michael Hall, or he might not be if you keep going with that, mate. 10th will be Jamie Wilson. Casper Smirnoff 11th. 12th will be Jamie Jeffrey. He's still doing it, Jay. Can you get him to stop? 13th will be Renee Earhart. 14th will be Pete Newman. Now there's others at it.
It's a virus.
Yeah, it's a virus. Yeah. It's incurable, apparently. 15th will be Wobbly. That's his punishment for winning the first race. 16th will be Jura Larkinen. And Deck Crowther will go off 17th. 18th will be Freddie Van Eekhoven. 19th will be JB DJ. I think I'm getting a migraine from all these flashing lights. You can stop it, definitely, Mr. Walker. 20th will be Paul Hurley. Demis Tuchelov, 21st. 22nd will be David Ayres. Can't wait to finish this. 23rd will be Chesney van der Broeke. 24th will be Chris Dixon. Last three in the standings will be 25th Salvatore Gueli. 26th Andrew Littler. And Fee will be 27th this evening. She'll move up forward. David Ayres, you deserved. No, I'm not going to say that. Right. Death is a wonderful thing to want, wish upon someone.
It's like Blackpool Elimination.
Oh my God! Everybody, quit it. Is there a camera that I can use where I can see only the backs of cars?
This is beautiful.
It's not. It makes my head hurt. Right, okay. Oh, look at that. Everybody's starting to concentrate. What a shame. Lights are coming on, folks. We got a jump start from... Who's that? David Ayres. What a shame. 5 lights and out. We've got 1 driver's shame already, which is David Ayres for jumping the start. And we're away. Oh, look at that. Daniel Lewis to the front.
What an Audi start that is.
Woohoo!
And Tony Walker. I was about to say Tony Walker.
Oh, we're stacking up.
Hit him, but it turns out it's actually the back
doing
of
bad
Daniel
things.
Lewis.
Casper is the wrong way around. He's going to recover and not get too much damage there, which is a blessing.
And I told you, it's just the first race was just too quiet at the beginning.
Where's Jamie going so slow?
A black flag for PVG as well, and a meatball flag for Jamie Wilson.
Oh, he's crabbing. Look at that. Oh, he's not crabbing, but he's crawling.
That Audi actually looks so... The Audi front actually looks like it's shedding a tear. it looks like the most depressed, sad thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just like... It's like Quasimodo right now.
Yeah, it really is. Sorry, that has an amusement factor for me, but probably not for Jamie Wilson. Right, Stefan, having a long, hard stare here at Martin. Shirley, they're not all called Jamie. Oh dear. I was going to go with Jamie Shirley for a minute, but there you go. Right. Stephen Walker putting mega pressure now onto Stefan. These two have raced together for so many seasons, so many. May even be as many as 18 or something like that. Look at the state of that car, though. He's got damage. Stephen Walker's got damage, Jay.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't, judging by how easily he's passing everybody at the moment. He's up 3 places at this moment in time. It looks like he just took a little bit of a a chunk from the back corner, but that shouldn't affect him too much. It's not coming up with any meatball flag or anything like that, and his pace doesn't seem to be changed too much, so probably just back aero damage.
Yeah. So Michael Hall making his way through here on Carl Hardy, and Stephen Walker wasting no time.
I was wobbly on that one.
Oh, it was wobbly. Sorry.
Yeah. Wobbly, seeing the gap there, and if gap, move.
If gap must go. Yes. That's exactly what goes through his head, folks. He's lacking some words in his vocabulary.
Him and Kakao coming together there halfway through that corner.
Yeah, that may be repaired later. We'll just keep an eye on that. That's Pete Newman behind Wobbly. Wobbly would have wanted a lovely gap between himself and Pete Newman, I'm guessing, Jay, given the standings in the championship.
Yeah, this actually works really well for Stephen Walker right now. If he's got the pros behind him, battling going too wide, especially through some of these quicker corners, it's only going to allow him a chance to, if he can pass the three in front of him, more of a chance to get a bigger gap between him and the rest of the pro field.
So, we'll keep watching this. Jamie Wilson has been to pit road, folks. He's been in pit lane and repaired his car. 28 seconds was his delay. I don't know whether that means, Jay, that he can make it to the end. I very much doubt it. What do you think?
I think it's quite unlikely here. If you're going to be looking at fuel saving, you ideally need to be having somebody to get a slipstream off of. As Tony Walker going for the lead here on Daniel Lewis, and Daniel Lewis just let him have it and repaying that little bump from first corner, first lap. But both survived through it. You probably don't want to be giving receipts of bumps with the front of your car on such a draft-heavy track. But hey, they're driving it, not me.
Yeah, let them do their thing. So.
I thought.
Oh, I did
James
as well.
Scott was looking at, if he had actually cut through that and gone into the pits, that would have been a black flag.
Would it?
Yeah, that's how horrible the pit entry can be here sometimes. You have to get it absolutely spot on.
Oh my word. Stefan chose the best line to stay away from trouble then, I think.
Yep, that could have ended so much worse there, but everyone's made it through.
Yeah, they have.
I'll tell you what, Pete, it's been actually, apart from that little bit of drama at lap one this race, it's actually been a really clean round, which we don't usually get many rounds like this at the moment. I'm not saying it's a dirty league or anything, but sometimes mistakes happen, and everyone seems to know the width of their cars. That's a fantastic pass from Carl Hardy.
It really is. Yeah, very good.
Here comes the train behind.
Yeah, Wobbly. Stefan's done a very sensible job there of just slowing down enough not to lose masses of time, but avoiding potential carnage. And he's playing the long game, so I like that strategy that he's chosen there. Daniel Lewis under pressure now from Martin Shirley.
Yep, he's going to have the Audi power though, and he's just outside the slipstream for Tony Walker at the moment by the looks of it. I'm just watching the interval now. Oh, he is catching.
Yeah, he is,
yeah, he's... So
from Jaden Scotton's bonnet.
Wow.
Good view, eh?
Yep, Stephen Walker versus Martin Shirley, and Shirley's braked a bit early, and Scotton's taking advantage of it.
He's going to get this, I think. Because...
Great line maybe not. It's still going to be too wide.
Yeah.
And I think Martin's just going to have it.
What's happened here with Wobbly?
Oh, and we've got a car off, and that's Euro, I think. No, it's not. It's Euro.
Yeah, it is. It's Euro. Yeah.
It is Euro.
Oh, Wobbly's had to go to the grass to avoid it. That started a bit further back, though. So that started back here. Let's have a look at this. Oh, right.
Oh, wow, that's a situation.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't really
Here we go, folks. Wobbly's overcooked the corner massively. Yep. Nearly took out Jamie Jeffrey.
That was so
turned his car into a flymo. That's a John Deere Veloster. Ura's thing was all on his own. There was nothing to do with anybody.
Yeah, that might have been just a little bit of elevation change there. It's enough to slightly unsettle the car, especially if you've got your foot down on the throttle as well. And that sort of point of the race, you've got so many battles going on, you're thinking of so many things at once. So mistakes can happen.
Yeah.
But nice save, and like I said, I seem to be like a broken record here. Everyone survives.
Yeah, and fastest lap of the race, Jamie Wilson.
Oh, really? Brilliant.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I was expecting it to be one of the top three in the moment, because I'm not saying that as if Jamie's slow. We know Jamie's not slow. It's just a lot of battling going on in this middle pack at the moment. I'm surprised anyone's managing to get a really good sort of like clear track of speed without having to brake because of the car in front. So, okay.
All right, so your race leader is Tony Walker for Result Clothing. He has got himself a good lead at the minute, but dun dun dun, his brother is right behind. Well, I say right behind him, 1.3 seconds behind him. And then we've got Daniel Lewis, who's doing a great job of staying out the front. And we know what class of driver he is, and he's very, very professional. Martin Shirley, back with us this week, and hopefully to the end of the season, is tracking him down. Jaden Scotton, right behind him. Michael Hall's in that battle as well. Jamie Jeffrey and Pete Newman finish that group. I've not got you a track map, folks, or a battle box. I keep forgetting to do that. Then we got a bit of a jump to Renee.
Jaden in front.
Oh, what?
Jaden and Michael were having a bit of a tap together just there. I think Michael went for the inside.
All right.
And it was either the move wasn't on or Jaden closed the door too quickly. Couldn't quite see which one it was, but it was enough to throw Jaden back a couple of places there.
There's loads of battles on track at the minute, but this is worth having a look at. So, what happened here? Right, so, that was, right, there was contact, and Jaden lost out massively on that one. So that was Michael Hall, I think, was it?
I think Michael may have overcooked that slightly, or just had a significantly different breaking point to Jaden just there, but everybody survived.
Just about, yeah. As Casper on a mega recovery drive after getting turned around on the first corner. He's got damage, look, but it's not obviously affecting his car too much just yet. Whoa! Blimey, crikey. That was Andy Littler going wild.
They're having some fight just there. I'm seeing that JB Dejay has a black flag at the moment.
What?
Not meatball, but a black flag. I'm not sure what's gone on there.
No, weird. Okay. We'll find out what happens with him shortly. Salvatore Gueli up 10 places. A massive 10 places from the start. So well done to you, Salvatore.
Yep, highest climber at the moment. It's definitely he'll be a lot happier with this at the moment than how race one went tonight.
Oh yeah, he had a rough ride in the first race. This is going to make up for it as long as he can manage to stay incident free to the end. Daniel Lewis still in the top three, holding his own. Don't forget he's an AM class driver, folks. Martin Shirley about to sweep round the outside of him. My word, that's a dominant overtake or a let go, one of the two, as Freddie Van Eekhoven takes over the fastest man on track.
Absolutely mowing that, nearly getting into the 157s already in the race. I bet in the next 3-4 laps we'll get a couple, especially the pro drivers getting into those 57s, depending on who they're getting the slipstream from and how much clear air they do have in front.
Yeah.
So we're watching Dennis and Chris Dixon having their little fight there. Chris Dixon getting by, really good overtake there. It's good to see. Ooh.
Oh, we've got a crash.
That's Dejay getting into the pits?
No, he didn't go to pits. Oh, right, so he's taking the corner kind of normally, and Andy Littler was going a lot slower than he expected him to by the look of what I've just interpreted. And yes, that is... You have to overtake safely. Chris Dixon sideways going through the S's there. Oh, Demis out into the weeds. Casper says, thank you, you made that one a little bit easier as I come back through.
That damage on the front of front driver side. Oh wait, wrong country that these cars are made in. On the passenger side of Casper's car just there.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't seem to be affecting speed too much, though.
No,
It says up by the side of Chris Dixon.
It's very much modelled on the Jamie Wilson car damage model, isn't it?
The sad Audi.
Sad Audi.
Car damage,
Sad
yeah.
Audi, yeah. Maybe we can, like, coin that as a phrase, patent it, market it, and, like, make millions.
Shirts.
Shirts!
Definitely a shirt.
I can see shirts. Oh, yes.
A very sad Audi moment, or maybe we can start our own drinks company and get everyone on that Jamie Wilson Audi juice.
Yeah.
Which actually will probably be banned in several countries.
Yeah, banned in 7 countries. Love it. Welcome to the chat, Nicola Jeffrey, who's been watching us for such a long time. She probably works for the police and is wanting to catch us out at some point, but she's not managed to do it yet. Who knows? Right, okay. Chesney, I just talked nonsense. Chesney Vandenbroeke and Demis Tigchlar. Demis moving. He felt like he was moving backwards. He's actually back where he started. Pete Van Gool. Is he trying to get back through the field? Andy Littler's giving him a run for his money here, making a battle of it. It's over position, so he's more than entitled to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, Pete. All Pete will have to do is just try and keep a cleaner line and try and catch Andy out on an exit of a corner or something. But Andy is in the Audi, so let's hope he doesn't try to do it at Oak Tree.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go. Where is he? There he is. Is he going to do it at Oak Tree? He's taking a wider entry. Maybe. Yes, he has. Oh, he's balls that up, though. Even I can do better than that.
There's a bit of a skid just there.
Oh, here we go. Right, he's got him now.
PVG is going to have him.
Yeah. Or has he? Look at that Audi. It gets off the line quick, doesn't it? Good grief.
Not a drag race. Unless
you don't want to go too wide into the roller coaster, do you? Nobody needs that in their lives.
No, I think it's a little might be going off the pedal. No, it's not. He's going for it. This could be
Code Brown.
Oh, he lets him go just in time.
Yeah.
And we've got as we're on board with Jura Lackinen right now, we've got the brothers only half a second apart at the top with Martin Shirley in 3rd place, but over a second behind he has a dangerous duo of Jamie Jeffrey and Jamie Newman right behind him.
Oh,
so
yeah, Jamie's
getting on the act as well.
Yeah.
And then still leading the AM class, Daniel Lewis, only down 5 places, and he's picking his battles very carefully. And we've seen him do this before.
We have.
Where he knows exactly in the feature races when to let people go, when to tag along with them, and it's worked out absolutely fantastically for him in the races which haven't counted as drop weeks for him.
Yeah. Salvatore making his way through the field again. Up 10 places currently. And has himself a Eurolackinen as a target now. But that is Deck Crowther behind in the Audi. And we know how fast the Audi is. We've got change for the lead. Brothers have swapped. And Martin Shirley out in the weeds there. I don't know whether that's a slowdown or anything like that. Probably not. It's probably just an off track.
Not this time, no.
No.
Very easy to go out too wide on that one. When you've got so much emphasis on trying to get the best exit that you can sometimes hit that throttle down a bit too quickly, and you'll just end up losing even more time than you ever possibly could have gained.
Yeah. It's easily done though, isn't it? You get over enthusiastic, you smash the gas because you want to get away from the corner, and it's just too much.
Absolutely, and Pete Newman forcing Jamie Jeffrey to take a bit of a wider line there, and that is absolute textbook how you should try and force somebody onto a line they're uncomfortable with. But getting the first load of people into the pits just there, with Rene and Michael Hall both going in at the same time there.
Yeah.
What are we on? We are on, not even halfway through the race yet, but this could be the start of the flurry of pit stops.
Yeah, definitely.
As Casper Smermo goes in as well.
Oh, yeah. Casper in. Now, if you were, in a battle and you were out of place in the standings, it's probably a wise decision to take yourself out of that trouble and maybe get yourself some free air after you come back out. Casper was turned around at the very start of this race, so he's decided do you know what? I'm not going to bother trying to make my way through what we might consider the slower drivers. I'm going to get myself some free space as Jamie Wilson comes round ahead of him. Jamie already having been to the pits. And Casper's going to get himself a whole load of clean air, Jay, which is only going to do him good, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of clusters of cars at the moment in the middle of the battle. Still plenty of interclass battling at the moment as everyone jockeys for the best possible position for these pit stops at the moment. And we've got nearly a little tap just there. That little lift that Wobbly had to do there against Jaden, for examples, could end up being a race-defining moment, believe it or not.
Maybe,
and,
actually, yeah.
With a nice bit of clean air for Casper, I
Get the state of Jaden's
still
car.
think it's... Yeah, that's definitely Saturday night out, sort of morning after. Looks just there, give itself a nice fire up and a can of Iron Brew and just send it on its way. You know,
That's brilliant. Iron Brew as a hangover recovery, folks. You heard it here first. Do it.
Absolutely, Casper. Though I don't know if he's going to be capable of making too many places. He was quite far back in the first place, but it depends if some of these people are battling and don't pit early enough, then it could lead to some rewards for some of these drivers who are pitting a bit earlier.
Yeah, as Wobbly gets through very, very cleanly, very, very professionally on Jaden Scotton. Stefan, Yura and David, flashy, jump the start airs into the pits.
Yeah, at the moment we've got the lead, the top 6 cars, just all within a second of each other. A lot of swapping. Tony Walker probably hanging on by the skin of his teeth to a slipstream from his brother Stephen. But of course, because he's got so many cars behind him, they're going to be taking that slipstream as well. So Daniel Lewis probably, as his only just within the second, probably in the best position here out of the 6. He can just pretty much get a tow from all the rest of these lot in front. These faster drivers who are just pulling him along nicely. And for the AMs, like, this is Daniel's race to win.
It is, yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything but keep it safe now.
Yeah, he's how many seconds ahead? Daniel Lewis is there. So if we were to look back at Paul, we're 15 seconds ahead of our nearest rival in that class. So yeah, he's done very, very well to stay with that speed group at the front, hasn't he? He's not buckled at all.
No, and he doesn't. I thought we said earlier, we know the type of driver Daniel Lewis is. Oh, I've just seen a black flag for Andrew Littler there. Not sure what that one's over. But yes, we know what Daniel Lewis is like. He'll pick his battles very, very carefully, and he does it so well by now. He'll just go into cruise control, I think. As Pete Newman, one of the early pitters, probably didn't like being in that group of cars that we were just talking about. He was only 2-3 seconds behind Stephen Walker, so Steven's got all that clear air in front of him.
Who's that? Somebody just...
That was one of the cutting corner cars, I think.
Yeah, what happened to Renee? Right, let's have a quick look at this, because that was bizarre. That was at Hogpen. Was it at Hogpen, or was it in the Rolex? Oh, they've gone in too wide. Is that Andy Littler? Oh, right, okay.
Ooh. It's a very hard place to get a pass going, especially if neither one or the other is going to let the place go.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
2 into
Pete
1.
Newman with a black flag.
Really?
I wonder if it was an unsafe pit entry. Or maybe...
wow, they're all getting caught, Jay.
And slow down for Carl Hardy as well.
What? What is going on?
And it's, by the looks of it, it was without any pressure either. So
yeah, he's on his own.
Carl's going to be very disappointed with that one.
Right, so Wobbly through on Daniel Lewis now. Sets off after Jamie Jeffrey.
Can't wait to see how close Daniel gets to the back of Wobbly in that Audi.
Oh, that's a good point.
Probably going to be... Wow, that's ridiculous. He's actually lifting off.
He is, yeah.
He's getting too close to Wobbly.
He's not even full gas going up the hill.
Yeah, I showcase a little bit of a plug, but in a later video this week, I do showcase exactly how strong that Audi draft is on that track, going
Right.
up the hill on that back straight. It's something to behold, that's for sure.
Martin Shirley's gone to pit road as we watch this.
Black flag for Martin Shirley.
What?
I think it's that pit entry.
I think it has to be. I think you're absolutely right. It's catching
Are you
so
able to
many.
get a replay of the
Yeah.
pit entries?
Martin Shirley.
Yeah,
Let's go and have a
I
look
think
at that.
I'm absolutely certain Martin cut across that yellow paint.
This one. Let's have a look from above. He's the
probably see it on the inside here,
folks. Here he goes. He's going to split off to the right now. Oh my word! There's nothing in that. There's hardly anything in that.
Have to go to a chase view on that one if you can.
All right, let's do that. Where was the thing again? Oh, stop scrolling. My screen's scrolling. Right, here we go.
An absolutely brutal.
That's Cal Hardy.
Stephen Walker's got a slow down in the lead at the moment, but
not that one.
He's far away from Jamie Jeffrey. Yeah,
let's have a look.
You get thrown out so wide on there if you go across that.
Oh, behave! That was.
Yes, that's.
No way.
Yep. And as we've seen, there's been plenty of cars getting those black flags.
Wow.
Just people just accelerating out that corner. 2A, and those who actually practice the pit stops, if they were going full whack, they would have found that out the hard way and perhaps learned from it. So
that's brutal.
Yeah, that's extremely.
So Pete Newman finds himself third off last as he finally exits the pit lane. That's not worked out well for him this week, has it, Virginia?
No, it's not actually the first time Pete's had this sort of trouble in the pits as well. There's been a couple of times I remember that Pete over the years of BSTV has had some sort of pit entry penalty that has cost him some races. Stephen Walker behind Tony at the moment due to a slowdown, and it looks like Jamie Jeffrey going to be getting some battling at the same time. This is perfect for Wobbly, who's approaching them from behind, getting closer and closer. If Pete didn't get that black flag, this would be working out absolutely perfectly for him as well. Both pros at the top here losing a lot of time fighting it out.
Yeah, absolutely right. Good observation. Where's everybody gone on the chat? Don't forget to give a thumbs up on the broadcast. Don't forget to go and watch Jay Corley's streams and track introductions. He does all the cars. He does wet and dry. It's the ones that I've watched have been brilliant. I didn't realise he put quite that much effort in, and it's so detailed. It's unbelievable. I've not watched this week's because my work has dominated my life. But yes, go and have a look at those. The link is in our video description thingy below the title. Give us a like, and JBDJ, whatever could go wrong did go wrong. Figured I would cut my losses. On to next week. That's sometimes the right thing to do, isn't it, Jay? It didn't work out for JB this time.
We all have those weeks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As long as if any mistakes are made, that we learn from them in the end. But sometimes it is out of our control. Hopefully, JB come back next week even stronger, and I'm projecting a good race next week for you.
Yeah, me too.
Where are we next week? Nürburgring. Great
whoa.
pit entry just there, and I think
Anybody get caught?
So Jeffrey was close, but he survived it.
No way.
Yeah, that was so close.
Word. Did he breathe in or what? I don't know. That's phenomenal. Right, okay. So some of the big hitters at the front of this race into the pits, folks. Deck Crowther, Daniel Lewis, Jamie Jeffrey, Tony Walker. Releases the Geo cars. Don't know what the advantage is. These guys have still got to navigate that pit lane entry safely, Jay. Do we think either of these two are going to balls that up? I don't know.
Well, now we have pretty interesting dilemma on our hands.
Go on.
Both of these two are fighting for the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah.
Both of these two are also fighting for the Teams' Championship. On the Teams' Championship side, Michael Hall's still fighting it up, duking it out for the podium, but their main pro competitor, Pete Newman, is pretty much out of the race now. Oh, massive hit just there.
Who was that? Was that Salvatore? I was on it for a second.
Yeah.
Wow, that was vicious.
That was a big hit. That looked like
I'm going to go and find that.
Some sort of overcorrection there.
Salvatore, here we go.
He was having such a great race as well. Up 13,
he really was.
Up 13 places.
So what's going on here? There's this... What's that Audi doing? Is that deck? So he's had to avoid. Couldn't get the car stopped, and then it's blown his engine.
Yeah, a bit of a overcook there into the corner.
Yeah, and trying to
once you're on that grass.
I know. Yeah, it's a one-way ticket, isn't it? Right, where's live? There we go. So very, very sad for Salvatore Goeli. That'll be a drop week, I would assume. And as we've got both of the Geo cars, Liner Stern in the pits.
Safely in the pits.
Right, okay.
Yes.
So, next car back, Jamie Jeffrey.
I would keep a camera on this. This is going to be extremely close.
Is it? Right, okay.
To my knowledge, I don't think Jamie's had too much traffic to deal with. He's got Tony Walker behind him at the moment.
Oh, yeah, and Tony was with Stephen. Yeah.
He was, yes.
Right.
I can see the Geo cars moving. I think they're going to come out just ahead. Yep. So I wonder if Jamie had some difficulty getting past Tony Walker.
I don't know, he's got speed here.
A lot of momentum.
Yeah.
And he's going to be within a tow, I think.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. He's going to get it slowed up and then get back on that gas.
Oh, just out of it, I think.
Yeah, just, I think. Because it's about a second, right? Or 0.8.
About 0.8, I usually say is a good sweet spot.
I watch your videos.
Fantastic. I love to hear it. But with the teammates in front, Stephen Walker has a slowdown.
You are kidding me.
Stephen Walker has a slowdown.
Oh my giddy aunt. So he's going to let his teammate go.
Yep. And he's going to try and slot back in nicely, but now the momentum's going to be on Jamie Jeffrey's side here. Stephen still has that slowdown. He hasn't got rid of it just yet.
This is good and drama-ridden, this. So Jamie Jeffrey needs to slot it into the right-hand side here.
And this is going to be where Stephen's... Yeah, there we go. He's done it.
Has he burned it off? Right, okay.
He's got himself on the racing line to the point where
Look at that.
Jamie has to push him. And he's... Oh, you know what? If I was Jamie right now, I would literally push Stephen up that hill.
Yeah, me too, I think. Yeah.
But instead he's going to challenge. And this could either end in one of the overtakes of the race or in tears. They're not giving either of each other time, and then Stephen. Just a bit wide for Jamie.
Right, gather it together again and get going again. Yep. Nicola, give him some crew chief words of wisdom. Yeah.
Keep it PG. I feel for Jamie on that. He had a really good run on Stephen there, just with the roller coaster. It can sometimes be a 50-50 on, as we're about to see with this battle just here. Dennis actually getting in front of David pretty easily.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah. Oh, and we got Yura and Casper. Casper getting the position there. Oh dear, I'm not sure my nerves can take this.
Meanwhile, Daniel Lewis, absolutely fantastic drive from him at the moment. Up in, down in 7th place at the moment. Has lost 5 places from the start, but he is in AM class, and he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing to get in that top spot on the AM podium.
Yeah.
As much as David and Paul are trying right now, they kind of need a miracle right now. Stefan Goebel with yet another slowdown as well. Getting a lot of people through 5 and 5A, the left hook, and just before Snake, just cutting those curbs a little bit too much. And worst place you could get a slowdown at the start of these straights, especially like we saw at the start of the race, somebody getting a slowdown and having to try and slot back into a group if one's approaching. It's not the easiest task in the world.
No, it really isn't. It's a skill, I have to say. PVG right down the order now after what was going on before. Got Paul Hurley in front of him, Blade Designs, just an average sim racer. Skilled racer, Paul Hurley. He's no slouch. So he makes a good challenge to try and overtake.
Yeah, he races fair.
Yep.
Races hard and fair.
Yep.
And that's the sort of people you want in this league. So he's doing great at the moment. He's got that third place at the moment in AMS, trying to catch up to David Ayres. And he's letting PVG go. Probably going to be using him for a bit of a slipstream here. PVG in the quicker class here. So
Carl Hardy out of shape. Oh.
Yep. Caspar able to make a place back up.
And Ura taking advantage. He's got a tow from that Honda in front of him. Pulls him alongside Carl Hardy. All those pies slow that Honda down, don't they, really?
It's just like a Greg-sponsored weight ballast, isn't it?
Yeah.
A Bentos ballast.
Bentos, that's so good. Bentos ballast. Oh, dear. I love those pies as well. Frey Bentos.
James Scott.
Sorry. I'm not having any dinner.
Getting ahead of Freddie. Freddie having a really good recovery here, up 12 places.
Yeah, that's
the second
impressive.
Highest climber.
And Jaden's got his car fixed though. It was a bit battered and beaten before the pit stop, so he's used his fast repair. Oh, where are we going? Oh my!
Very well held. in this last 6 minutes, we might be seeing a lot of people doing that. And I thought Jaden was just about to go off the track there as well, but kept it on. But yep, 6.5 minutes left already. But this race has gone so quick.
It really has. When you said that, then I was like, never.
Yeah, but I bet it hasn't gone that quick for some of these. Like, it's a demanding track VIRs. Wow, that mini power slide from PVG just there. You're going to see a lot of people's tyres starting to go here.
Yeah.
Maybe some mistakes.
Oh, he tried to cross over on David. And don't forget, these guys are from the same stable. They're result cars, even though they don't look the same. They're not going to want to face Team Boss at the end of it. Oh, no.
Oh, no. And keeping it well controlled there. I think Jura's actually giving him the place back. He does. Fantastic sportsmanship.
So, yeah, well done to Jura Larkinen there for seeing...
They're both absolutely loving it on that team radio.
Are they? Right, okay, cool.
Yeah, they're loving it.
That's what it's all about. Right then, what's going on at the front? Wobbly is your leader by a second over his own teammate, Stephen Walker. Jamie Jeffrey is going to get himself a podium here, provided he doesn't do anything silly. It may even get another Stephen Walker slowdown to move him forward a little bit in the last 5 minutes. Tony Walker is in fourth, and Jaden Scotton rounds out the top 5. That's a good performance from Jaden, but he's got company.
Yeah, nice little trio just here, but it's all fourth position, all for points in an extremely tightly contested championship at the moment. Like we were saying earlier, you need to be cutthroat sometimes, and you just need to take any position you can get. So expect to see some moves in this, and that's a very 3 different lines, by the way, into that corner.
Yeah, I liked what Freddie was doing there.
Yeah, he's not giving Jaden any chance to breathe here. He's going out for a move.
Staying in the tow as long as he can.
And you know what? That's a great amount of tow, and
not good enough.
Jaden may have overrun
that has.
One, and he has.
You called it. You absolutely called it.
I just wondered why Freddie was braking so early then, but no, Freddie doesn't brake early.
Yeah. Freddie brakes exactly when he intends to.
Yes. Great driving there. Did enough to spook Jaden up a little bit there. Maybe made him a bit uncomfortable expecting to go too wide, and all it takes sometimes just to slightly miss your braking marker by as little as a couple of feet, and it can really ruin the next couple of corners for you. And Freddie with a lovely pass just then, that puts him second in Pro-Ams.
Yeah, that's good. Who's that? It's Michael Hall that's creeping up on these guys. He is moving on to them. He was basically an entire second faster than Daniel Lewis last lap round. But he's running out of time. There's only 4 minutes remaining. 3 minutes remaining, really. What's that, 2 laps? Or this plus 1. Where is Wobbly? Wobbly's in the S's going
Only
up the
in
hill.
the first third of the track right now, so probably another minute 10, minute 20 to go until he passes the line next.
So this plus 1 more, folks. That's all we're going to get tonight. It's gone very, very quickly. He's leading from his teammate by a second, who's also leading by a second from Jamie Jeffrey, who's had a great night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember him having good races here before, you know.
Probably one of those secret favourite tracks.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't let us know, just to, you know, take everyone by surprise. And he finds himself in a position that I'm betting Pete Newman, Rene, Casper would love to be in right now, and in one of the podium positions.
Yeah, some good movers in this field. So Wobbly's up 14 positions, Jamie Jeffrey up 9, Freddie is up 13 positions, Deck Crowther up 6, Demis up 6, David Ayres up 6, just behind him, and under pressure at the minute from PVG. So some real good forward momentum in this race, Jay. Not that many people really losing a lot of positions. Only Martin, Shirley, and Jamie from the incidents at the start.
Yeah, and even then they're doing their best to try and climb back up that grid. Martin currently finds himself just under 5 seconds behind Paul at the moment. He is lapping half a second quicker, so we probably won't see any more position changes from him going upwards. But Jamie Wilson as well, just got themselves both back into the top 20, so a decent enough recovery, and they've obviously survived until the end of the race. So anyone else who has quit out or had penalties, they've managed to get in front of them as well.
Yeah. That is Andy Littler, who's... Has he done a drive of...
That would be a drive-through.
Is that a drive-through? Yeah, right, okay. I did wonder why he was in there.
Getting very, very unlucky with those tonight. A lot of people.
I think everybody's been punished in some way. Lots of pit lane entry incidents, getting penalties. Lots of over the count incidents. Wobbly flashing his lights because he knows that I love that. Not a little wiggle.
A little twerk as well.
Yeah,
oh,
little
look
twerk.
at that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be twerk into a wall?
Wouldn't it be such a shame if he lost control of the car right now and binned it on the last lap? Wouldn't it?
And just because of that, you know he's going to keep it on and get that win.
Well, he's annoying like that, I have to say. There is a battle between PVG and David Ayres, Paul Hurley further back, but these guys have stood out from the crowd tonight. Wobbly, Stephen, and Jamie Jeffrey, as Wobbly comes across the line, Jay, to take victory here at Virginia.
Yep, a 1-2 for Gio, and they're going to be absolutely buzzing after this one. Everything has gone right.
Apart from for us, because that means that we've got to interview Wobbly. Right, so Freddie Van Eekhoven over the line there in 5th place, behind Tony Walker, who's already over the line. Sorry, missed you. And then everybody else is piling over pretty quick now. That middle field, very, very tightly packed. Jura Larkinen chasing down Carl Hardy. Carl Hardy loving that race with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is still going on here. So David Ayres chasing down PVG, and who's in turn chasing down Demis. Look at that, flashing lights. Everybody's loved this race. Really have loved this race.
Maybe that's the outlook we have to give the flashing lights at the end of the race.
At the end of the race,
like
it's fine. It's fine at the end of the race.
Emoting, you know?
Yeah,
Just means that we have to double their entry for next season.
yeah. Ah, that's a good way to stop it, isn't it? Hit him in the wallet. Hit him where it hurts. Absolutely. Right, and All right, Andy Littler over the line. So Fee is just crossing the line after Paul Newman. No, that's a musician. No, an actor. I don't know. And Fee rounds out the field over the line. So, wow, that was some kind of race. It went so fast for me.
Yeah, probably the cleanest in terms of big incidents we've had this season.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, it went by so quick in the second race, but there's still plenty of battling going on, plenty of positions being swapped, and some absolutely fantastic racing.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of races here in TCRs, in GTCC, so GT3, and in V8s that have ended up in carnage in that first few turns that we're going through here with Fee. Actually, we're a bit further around than I thought we were. That first horseshoe, it can be absolute carnage, and these guys have and girls have done themselves no end of fantastic plaudits for getting round there safely. I know Casper got turned round, but first corner bunching is part of racing in any sport, in any discipline actually. You get it in bikes as well, don't you?
Yeah, that's equestrian, bit of football, you know, just for first corner of the match, you know, it's always pandemonium.
Yeah, too right, yeah. All right, let's have a look at how this feature race has ended. There we go. Let me find a scenic camera to, you know, calm it down behind. Wobbly, does that mean he's won 2 races?
Yeah, I think he got the first one as well.
Oh my god, we're never going to hear the end of this. So Wobbly gets another podium tonight for Hydra Race Geodesic Racing. His teammate Stephen Walker finished second for Hydra Race Geodesic Racing, which is a massive improvement on his first race because he was 9th. Jamie Jeffrey has had a great night. A podium finish in this second race, a 4th in the first race for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. He must love this track, Jay, because he's probably one of the highest scorers beyond Wobbly. Yeah, he is. He's the highest scorer beyond Wobbly. Great result. Tony Walker, top of the class for Pro-Am, 4th on track, result clothing iRacing team. Freddie Van Eekhoven, another good result for him in 5th, Hydra Race Racing Forces. Now, his first race wasn't great, so I don't know what that does to Pro-Am, Jay. I think that one's going to stir the pot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That one's going to be an interesting league to look at after this. Jaden Scotton, 3rd step on that Pro-Am podium, 6th on track for Flatline Racing, with Daniel Lewis chasing him home for the first first AM class car over the line. Good grief. In 7th for Blade Designs SRL. Michael Hall was 8th for Result X Pure Sims. Stefan Goebel was 9th for VTS Esports. Rene Earhart 10th for Cutting Corny TCR team with Casper Smirnoff. 11th for Sim Racing School. Deck Crowther 12th for Blade Designs SRL. Carl Hardy was 13th for Safeguard. Jura Larkinen was 14th with his teammate Demis Digjalar, 15th for Hydra Race Racing Forces. PVG, Pete Van Gool was 16th for Result Clothing iRacing team. David Ayres, 2nd in class, 17th on track, Safeguard by Result. Paul Hurley was 18th and 3rd in class for AM for Blade Designs, just an average sim racer. 19th was Martin Shirley on a recovery drive for RD Simsport. Jamie Wilson, same for Team Chimera in 20th. Chesney Vandenbroeke, 21st for Rita Engineering Esports. Pete Newman, 22nd for Result X Pure Sims. Fee was the first work guard car over the line in 23rd. Her teammates, plural, Chris Dixon in 24th and Andy Littler in 25th. Salvatore Gueli in 26th. Finished the race 7 laps down. And JBJ consolidated his evening. We're going to describe it like that, aren't we, Jay? In 27th for BSTV Esports. Honestly, that was one of the best races this season for me. So much action all the way through. I've never known so many slowdowns, pit lane penalties on the entry. You know, this one stood out from the crowd for sometimes the wrong reasons, but sometimes all the right reasons.
Yeah, and I think that pit entry is going to be keeping a few people awake tonight. I expect to hear with a couple of these interviews quite a few choice words, I think, about that specific part of the track. But it's still been absolutely fantastic racing, uh, with all the position changes, nice quiet first race with a chaotic start at the second.
Yeah.
But everyone looks like they've had good fun out there. The battles have been respectful at the same time. It's just been, as usual, an absolute pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it really has. Right, first person we're going to get in on this interview train is going to be, not in her usual spot, Fiona Siddons. Good evening.
Good evening.
Did I catch you off guard? Did I? Because
You did.
well, you. What did you do in the first race? Hang on. Did you do rubbish in the first race? Did you? Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
you
was
did.
last in the first race.
Yeah. It was a bit of a rough ride, that wasn't it? I've known you
It
to
was.
do well here though, because I was looking back through the standings, and you've done. You've got podiums here in the past for your class.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite circuits on what the TCRs do. This one.
Right. Okay. No, that's good. It
But
it's certainly a wide track, and there's loads of opportunity for overtaking, isn't there? What's it like when you've got all those horrible fast guys like steaming towards you?
it's air raising.
Well, yeah.
My car was loose all the time through the uphill S section.
Mm.
It was back end was skittish all the way, and then turned into the left hander after it. The back end was coming out. So it was an air raising ride.
Right. Okay. Well, in the second race, you beat all of your teammates, and kind of dusted them a little bit. You were a fair way ahead of each of them, weren't you?
Yeah, Chris had a speeding in the pit lane. Andy, I think he had too many incidents, and he got a pit lane penalty as well.
Mm. Yeah, we're just watching a bit of concertina effect at the start of the race with Casper, ending up well behind you, and you doing a sensible thing. You know, it's easy to try and take opportunity and keep your foot in the gas, isn't it? It's not always the best option though, is it? Because it can lead to even bigger disasters. Watching you there.
It did on Saturday. I did the Indy 500.
Oh right,
Similar sort of thing. Car crashed in front. I slowed because the yellows come out. Bloke behind me just ploughed straight in and killed my car. So.
Oh, you're joking. Right, okay. Jay, you've done Indy 500. I have as well. That's just a feature of the way that people drive in that, really, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been the person who's hit someone from behind at a yellow as well, so I can't really.
Right, we blame him. We blame him, Fee. We blame Jay.
Yeah, I was absolutely heartbroken because I qualified third. I was running well, and we got to lap 150 before it happened.
Oh,
wow,
you
that's
are
late.
kidding. Right, okay, yeah. Oh, that's brutal. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed racing around a Virginia International Raceway tonight. It's been very, very entertaining for us. In strangest ways, you didn't get a slowdown, did you? Or a penalty on pit lane entry, but others did.
No, I was safe on all of them.
Good stuff. Next time we go to the Nordschleife, obviously Alan is going to be tuning in. I'm surprised he's not taking part because that's one of his favourite tracks on planet Earth. Are you looking forward to it? You do,
very, very much so. I really like that place.
Good.
Not saying I'm going to do any good, but I love driving it.
Yeah. Well, me and Sam Boozin like driving it as well. We were driving Porsches there in the series.
It's one of the circuits. If you lose everybody and you're on your own, it's still fun to drive.
Yeah. Because it's a challenge to the driver, isn't it? That's the point.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the few circuits that's fun on your own.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Well, anybody you want to shout out to, Fee, before we let you go?
You guys for putting on the stream. Everybody who does all the work in the background. And big shout out to everybody in Result and all the other drivers taking part.
Marvellous stuff. We will look forward to seeing you on the Nordschleife this time in a week. And we hope you get a win, because that's the sort of track where that could happen. Good evening, Fee, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, good night.
Cool. Right. Have you got your your earplugs in, Jay? Because it's about to get annoying.
Yeah. You know how it sounds when someone with Tourette syndrome.
Oh, whoa. Yeah,
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Well, that's a good way of winding up your competitors, isn't it?
No.
So, two, not one, but two victories tonight in that Veloster.
And pole position.
And pole position, but you didn't get
And
fastest
fastest
lap.
lap. No, I'm not in the first one.
No, you
No,
didn't.
I got it in the second race.
Yeah, you did,
but
not in the first one. Let's focus on the first one.
No, I was super annoyed by it as well. I was like,
Jay, we value the first race more, don't we?
Well, yeah, you're put under a lot of pressure for a good first impression, and Pete absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I was super annoyed because looking at the relative,
Yeah.
and it was 1.3, and I knew Pete had the pace, that's a similar pace as me. I knew I had a 10 for 2 on him, but I knew when it was within 1.4 seconds, 1.3, you get the toe, and that's why I kept trying to break it, like going left, going right, and I just knew that once he got the fastest lap, I was no. He got it, and I had like 2 opportunities more, then I made a mistake. It's like, and now the tires are falling off. So yeah, he did a really good job for at least getting those points.
Well, I didn't get Sam. Sam sorted out the drop weeks because it was.
Oh, but who was the one that pointed that out that they were wrong?
I don't know, some arrogant, big-headed individual. I can't remember who it was now. But yeah, Sam did the little correction in the background to correct whatever mistake I'd made. I don't know what this does to the standings, but I'm gonna guess that you're gonna be ever so slightly on top at the end of this one. Stephen had a bit of a rough ride in the first race, but did all right in the second. Pete did a good first race, but not a great second race. So I think you've netted out well ahead of both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I had to thank Steve because like on the quali, I was out in front and Rene was behind me, and I was hoping that Rene would return the favor because like I was doing the quick laps, and then I saw him stop, and I had enough fuel for like 4 more laps, and I figured, well, I think it's actually quite a good idea. And then I got out, and in the middle of nowhere, there was no car around me. Like, and then I suddenly saw Steven and my relatives. Like, oh, I'm gonna hop in behind Steven because at that point we were not in Discord yet, so we had to communicate via radar or via radio. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I had a big thanks to Steven because I thought otherwise Pete would have gotten pole. It was just that last lap, which was a really good one, but it was also because of the toe in the back straight because I did a quicker. I think the second and third sector were quicker on the other lap, but I just completely regained that on the toe or the back straight.
No, you did well, and we'd like to thank Stephen for your victories, because if you didn't have the pole position there and he gifted it to you, as Jay's rightly pointed out on many occasions tonight, then you wouldn't have had any of these victories. That's right, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely, cool. Let's do that.
And then I do want to point out that I have to point out one thing is that Carl was being a nuisance to me.
Oh.
I mean, in a good way. Don't get me wrong, because I know that Pete, Carl, and all the result guys, but he's not really result. But
It's team racing though, isn't it? It's team racing.
Yeah, and Carl usually lets me through. Doesn't let me through, but if I put a move on him, he lets me go. But he doesn't need to. I always tell him, you don't need to do that, right? You can fight it if you want. And now he fought it, and then he decided to hit me, and then he decided to brake a little bit later than he should, and then I missed the complete corner. But he was fighting me, which was fair enough. But I think there was some team orders there, Carl. But. No, but it was a good race, and I honestly, I told Pete already in DM, I'm quite I was quite sad to see that he had a penalty because I was honestly looking forward to see where he came out because I put in 3-4 good laps right before at the end when he got in.
Yeah.
And then I overfueled, but Pete didn't overfuel because he literally just DM'd me that. So I think that we would have gotten out in the first corner, like side by side. So it's honest, it's a shame to see that he had a penalty at the end. I don't want to see that. I don't like that. I like fights, you know, and I think that everybody does that.
Yeah,
that's why we raced a little bit.
Everybody says that when they've won.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was like, oh yes, and I was like, now I don't get a fight. And then Steven got the slow. Then Steven got the slowdown.
Steven got all the slowdowns.
So many slowdowns.
So many.
Yeah.
Wow. It was slowdown
bad.
central for the luckiest man in a Veloster. No, in a Honda.
And there was an incident in the first corner in the second race, but I didn't see any of it. I just saw cars. I normally try to avoid it a little bit, and I just saw 5 cars in front of me, just followed one, didn't see the incident. Suddenly on the right it said 4 wide. It's like 4 wide? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Casper was one of the recipients of that, and that might change.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does, because that was going to be a good challenge for the end of the season. I think it still will be because he managed to recover to. I can't even find him in this standings.
10th place, I think it was overall.
Yeah,
overall,
see, that's good, isn't it? 11th. Yeah, he's ended up in 11th, which is his start position. So given the fact that he was the wrong way around and absolute last, that's pretty good recovery from Casper Smirnoff. Oh, sorry, Jamie Smirnoff.
I want to say one thing. I just turned up. I was clicking around on YouTube, and then Peter PVG called me a pannenkoek. You know what that means?
No, but it sounds great. Go on.
It's a pancake.
He called you a pancake.
Well, pancake to you as well, PVG.
I could kill for a pancake right now.
Yeah, I might actually make myself some. But anyway, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Great racing tonight. Nordschleife this time next week. Yeah, I expect you're going to say that that's quite a boring track, even though I like it.
I like the racing is boring, but it's great to drive.
Oh, okay. Right, that's very similar to what we just had from Fee. So yeah.
When I was back at Impulse, we won that one, right?
You did, yeah.
We won So I get along with it, but I think I'm not the Polasek on the world on Nordschleife, but I get along with it quite well. I once learned it I hated it, and then I learned it, and then I started to like it, and I learned it because I was fighting Simon Trendo in GT4. That's the reason I learned it.
Yeah, back in the day. Right.
Back in the day.
Yeah, cool. Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and give us a rest from all your ego?
Mate, you can't get rid of some ego. I'll start texting you tonight. I'm the greatest.
Unfortunately, folks.
No.
That's not a joke. He will be doing that.
I already did in DM.
Oh, did you?
No.
You did as well. What have you sent me? Oh,
no harassment.
Yeah.
well,
totally.
That's just a pic of my wood, but it's just so large it can't fit on one picture.
Yeah, whatever. It's on my smallest screen, man.
Well, I'll start recording you when we do the karaoke when you come over again. We're gonna have a laugh. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank Steven because of the towing around and also for getting all the slowdowns and letting me pass due to that. Also, Tony had a really good show out today as well. So I love that. JB had a stinker. I had a good talk with him before the race about life. So I really like to rest that. He's a really good bloke, and he really improved a lot. And if you ever want a listening ear, go to JB. I mean, he's an awesome guy. Gio, obviously, for having me as a team member. Not Pete, because he's a dick.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, Jay, and Alan, because I saw him in the chat. And me for doing the freaking creates every freaking week, or every other week.
Yeah.
What's a good rate?
Apparently it was brilliant. I've not even watched it yet. I'm going to watch that probably tomorrow evening.
Don't watch the first 20 minutes because Sam turned my mic up like I was screaming in a how do you call the thing?
Not
a microphone, but a blast.
Megaphone.
Megaphone. That's what I was looking for.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So after that, it got better.
Okay. Cool. In that case, we will wait for you to probably have another ego at Nürburgring. Sorry, no, Nordschleife this time next week.
Go. Sorry. Yeah. If anybody, last comment. If anybody ever watched the Guardians of the Galaxy, like
How
you
did
have
we
this.
get on this? How did we
Yeah,
segue
wait.
to this?
No, wait. There's a
I
guy.
love the film, so I'll let it pass.
Okay. Fair
Yeah. So you have the guy called Ego, who's the dad of I can't from the top of my head, I can't get the name. But
Star-Lord.
thanks Star-Lord. So like Ego, that is his dad.
Alright.
You know, that's me. Watch the movie, Pete, and you understand.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It's great.
Jay-
It's one of the better Marvel movies.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So
I'll
anyway,
give that
that's
go.
a guy called Ego, and yeah.
But only because Jamie told me to. Sorry, Jay told me to. I've got Jamie.
See, Jay, he can't even remember your name, Jay.
No,
He's not your real
That's
friend.
the second time.
He's
I've done
not your buddy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
Don't buddy me, friend.
Yeah. Don't pity me, friend. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Right. Go away.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, he flushed himself. I didn't even get the satisfaction of doing
That was
it.
too late.
Oh, he's back. What the hell?
Like a bad smell.
Hello. Yeah. Right. Okay. Next up, we're going to bring into the booth, if I can find where the live booth button is, because I'm terrible at this, one of all the Jamies that we had tonight. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Jamie Wilson.
Hello. Yeah, that one, not Jason then.
No, not yet. I realised that I the other day that when I was looking through my address list on my phone, I've worked with a Jason Wilson, a Jamie Wilson, and a Jay Wilson over the years, so I'm not surprised that I'm completely confused. But anyway, in the first race you got a 6th place, but a class victory, which is the most important thing on planet Earth. Let's focus on that, shall we?
Yes.
Virginia is a place where you can have proper racing against yourself and against the track and against sometimes others. In that first race, I don't think you were separated from another car all race by more than 0.3 of a second.
Yep, sounds about right. That's
Yeah.
pretty standard for around here.
Yeah, so that was an unbelievable roller coaster of a thing to watch from our perspective, wasn't it, Jay? There were so many Jamies, I couldn't list them all, could I?
Yeah, everyone became a Jamie for like half the race. It was a beautiful thing.
I don't know
Yeah,
whether you
Jamie
were
Jeffries
listening
even
at
got
time.
No, I can't listen to you a lot while I'm racing.
Oh, can you not?
I would just crash, yeah.
Class.
I've tried it once, years ago.
Oh,
and
right.
It was never again from that point.
Did my inaccuracy distract you that much that you
I
went
don't
to
even.
kill
I don't
me?
even think it was a BSTV thing. I think it was another league.
Oh,
And I was just
okay.
like, I'll do that, and then I just could not focus at all. So I've learned not to do that. I don't have the Tyler ability, but that he has with that.
No,
But,
he does. He listens in. It's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a very close race. Obviously, my priority is finish ahead of Michael by as many positions as possible.
Yeah.
And I managed. Well, I wouldn't say I managed. It happened to come to pass that I jumped 2 pro cars, and I was quite happy with that buffer until I then threw it away at turn 3.
Yeah.
Where I just got in a bit hot and.
Was that all you? Was it?
Yeah, that was all me. The key to speed around here, this is across all the cars, but because I remember this was also very true in the Veloster when I ran that, is you need to set the car up like a shopping trolley on a skid pad.
Yeah.
Rear end all over the place, and basically aim for the wall and miss is the way around here quickly. So,
yeah.
More so than other tracks. This track is really well suited to these cars because to get around here quickly, you are on the edge. Like the track is sized accordingly for you to be on the edge of grip around a lot of the corners. You know, things are not quite flat sometimes. You know, that sort of threshold is exactly where these cars sit. So, yeah, I had to have the car set up super loose, and basically every time I turned in, I was crashing, but avoiding it. Apart from that one, I had one in the second race as well. A different corner, but yeah, just a slide on the way in that I just didn't catch quickly enough, basically,
Okay.
and that cost me the 2 positions and got rid of that points buffer between me and Michael. So
Well, let's see what happens by the end of when all the points like flush out. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds left after this for this season, so there's loads of points on offer. I think that Pro-Am Championship is going to be tight to the very, very end. Excuse me. So I wouldn't let the finishing position in race 2, which we're not going to mention, affect our expectations for the rest of the season for you.
I mean, the issue I've had is that I've had 3 now on the bounce where something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
You know, Road Atlanta, I got basically pinged into the wall at the last knock-ins. Laguna race 1, I got spun at the first, sequence of corners. And then here today, everyone did the emergency stop in front of me, and I was the only one unlucky enough to get a meatball.
That was a bit strange. I mean, your car looked like it was unhappy at life. By the expression on the front of it, as Jay pointed out, it had a lovely snarl on it.
I'm surprised that the front was still on it, to be honest, but because it was quite an impact. But the other thing is, my hand was forced to compound the problem because I didn't know how well it would turn right.
Okay.
So that's why I just had to basically stop and just let everyone go because I wasn't about to risk having a huge spin in front of the whole thing.
Be the cause of a massive pile-up, totally.
Yeah, exactly. So, I could have, if I had not done that, I might have had more of a chance to gain a few positions back near the end, but it's not worth the risk. But because I've had 3 of those on the bounce now, which is frustrating, I don't have any grievance with any individuals that have caused those things. All of them have just been one of those things. The transgression or whatever has been very minor. It's just the damage has been disproportionate.
But you've got to look at something like race 1, and Jay, we didn't look away from that battle of the Jamies, and there was 4 of them in this case. For the majority of the second, or the 2 last thirds of that whole first race, the battling was just brilliant, wasn't it?
It was, and we didn't know which way it was going to swing either. Like, everyone seemed to, it looked like at one point one person had someone's number, and then all it took was a slight misstep of a line, and everyone's brought back into it. And let's not even get started on the absolute rage that Audi gets full of at the start of Oak Tree, all the way up to Roller Coaster. Like, the slipstream of that Audi, I know from myself racing it this week, it's been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the problem is that when you stamp on the brakes at the end of the straight, you're then fighting an octopus, so trying to do that next to someone else is a bit challenging. But the other thing, as good as race 1 was, and you're completely right to focus on that, but the problem is that only awards half the points of race 2.
It's true, and it might be that the fellowship decide, let's balance up the numbers, let's change the point system for next season. I'm
not necessarily making that argument. I don't think it's wrong. It's just how it is. It's done that way for a good reason.
Yeah.
It's
twice the distance.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just really. I'm just a bit frustrated that getting caught up in other people's nonsense 3 weeks in a row. It's getting a bit grating. But again, I've said this to people involved. Like it was Tom Woodcock that. I had the issue with it, Road Atlanta, and it was should have been a tiny little tap, but iRacing decided no, that was actually a train crashing into my rear left, or rear right. So
right.
He didn't really do anything substantially wrong. It was one of those things, but it's the fact that it's just I'm hemorrhaging points.
Yeah,
is frustrating.
No, and maybe Nordschleifer might deliver a better scenario to you. I've yet to figure out with the fellowship exactly how we're going to orchestrate that in terms of a session setup. We'll discuss that at some point nearer to the time, I think. But yeah, hopefully better fortunes are going to come to you, because it can't last forever. It never does. Even if drivers have periods of 2 or 3, maybe even 4 races of bad luck, in Stephen Walker's words, it does resolve itself out. You do get a period of decent races. It's just that they're easily forgotten. It's along the lines of you're only as good as your last worst performance in work. You only remember kind of your last worst results in racing. Does that make sense? Or am I talking out my bottom?
I'd probably have to watch it back and get a bit of paper out to work that one.
Okay,
out, but,
right, that's cool. If you do
yeah,
that, and then send it me on a postcard.
Idea, yeah.
Homework.
Yeah.
Oh, postcard won't be big enough for that.
Oh, really?
The other theory is that Chris Needham's obviously not been around too much, and the ghost of Chris Needham's bad luck might be gravitating to me.
That's real serious conspiracy theory stuff. That you'd have to be very unlucky for that one, because he got mullered on a number of occasions, being in the wrong place, wrong time situation. You know, it'd be great to have all of that Air Smart Racing team back, but we've not got any of them right now, which is sad. Yeah, I wouldn't be thinking in those sort of terms. It's been a very dramatic race for you and the people you're racing with, all four Jamies. You'll enjoy watching it back. I would stop just after the first race if I was you, though.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and do some Nordschleife practice?
Yep. Shout out to Jamie. Jamie, and Jamie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Jay, you're most of a Jamie, so that counts.
Yeah. I'll take that.
That's close enough.
I'm Shamey, right?
I'm sure there's another rhyme that might be better suited.
Sounds like one of the seven dwarfs there.
Yeah, true,
yeah. The seven dwarfs: JB, Jamie, and Dopey.
Nice, like it. Cool. Right. Okay. In that case, we will let you go and start your engines ready for Nordschleife this time next week. Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, guys.
Cool. Always good to have Jamie in our leagues. He's been there for time immemorial. He's done more races with us than any other racer. And that's never going to change, I don't think. People would have to race for an entire year, Jay, in order to catch up with his contribution. Right, let's see who are we going to get next. We'll get Dan Lewis in next, shall we? We've got a quarter of an hour left.
Yeah.
Good evening to Dan Lewis, mid-conversation. Good evening, how are you doing?
How are we doing, Pete? I'm very well after tonight.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Because you've done two amazing races. Jay, do you want to interrogate Dan and find out why he's suddenly so north in the standings and dominating the AM class, as he definitely will be now?
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolutely perfect night for you. It was a fantastic qualifying result. It was a really nice and tidy first race. You got within the top 15. And then the second race, it was just like an absolute 101 on how to pick your battles wisely. But we'll start with race number 1. Just must have been literally the end plan was just keep within that top 15, right?
That was the plan. So I had the stream in the background, so I could hear your amazement at my quali lap. I was amazed at it as well, and I thought that's enough. I'm not going to go faster than that. So yeah, 13th, and then I had a look who was behind me, and so Tony Walker and Salvador, they were my worries, and so just tried to keep going. I lost a couple of places at the start, and then was 15th. And then I was a bit... Salvador dropped back, and then I had Tony. And I'm like, okay, just stay. If he gets close, just let him go. But then Frederick got slowed down. And I thought, okay, that's it. That's done. So 14th. That was it. And it was just follow the leader, race 1. And I was just happy that I could stay with them as much as I could.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's all you needed to do, and the plan pretty much absolute perfection in my opinion on that one. Race 2, starting second place, absolutely fantastic start, just using that Audi to its full potential with those starts. And like I said before, it was just a case of you knew which battles to take, when to let people out of the way, but when to slot in behind and keep up with the faster guys as well. Was there Was you at any point stressed out whatsoever on that race?
I
'Cause
was
it
a little
just
worried
so
when Jaden come behind me.
okay.
Jaden and Frederick were battling, and I think it was before the horseshoe at the top before the long straight.
Yes.
He got very close to me, and I'm like, no, that's too close. As soon as on the straight, pulled over. Off you boys go. I'm not
Yeah.
battling you.
No,
But that was it. So turn one, Tony obviously didn't realise how slow I was going to go around the corner because I'm always worried on cold tyres, which I think I might have started a chain reaction. I'm not sure.
There was a little bit of an incident on the on turn one, race two. We haven't
Yeah.
looked into the front of that one too much more than just seen reaction of Casper and everyone sort of slowing down and the usual Constantina effect. But yeah, no. To be honest, when you got the cold tires, I understand myself. Especially on a track like this, where if you end up going wide on the grass, you haven't got any walls or any fences for acres upon acres, so your car just keeps on going and going and going.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
also found that Audi was quite slow at the beginning, so everyone was catching me the first half of the lap, but then the second half I'd pull away. So it was quite difficult to say, do I let them go? So it was only when they were closer, and I thought, okay, there was no one overtook me on corners. It was all me letting them go, and I'm not battling you. Because Wobbly in the waiting room, he said, thanks for letting me go. I said, you're not my fight, and I wasn't gonna fight you.
so you're basically saying that you could have just won the whole thing if you really wanted to.
No.
The only reason Wobbly, Stephen, and Jamie got that top three is because you let them. That's pretty much it. That's what I'm getting from that.
I do believe I could have held fifth. I do believe I could have held fifth. I could have held them off, but they were fighting and they got too close. And I stayed with them for the rest of the lap race. So I think if it was on like Donkey Kong, I could have been
love
fifth.
That saying so much. Brilliant. No, and you know what? Fifth. Looking at how close you all were at the end, definitely seems like it could have been a realistic take. So massive well done to you. It's absolutely fantastic set of racing tonight. We are at the Nordschleife next week.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
The plan for this season was not to race it, but with my 2 bad rounds, I've got to. So yeah, I don't think I've actually done a clean lap around it. I never race it. So yeah, we will see what happens next week. I've just been talking to Chris. Chris loves it. Paul likes it. So it's just a race of survival next week.
Yeah, plenty of practicing. I think it's one of those tracks where I feel next round just survive and just let the positions come to you on that one.
Yeah,
But,
and that's it next week. That's all it is.
Fantastic. Anybody you want to give a shout out to for tonight?
I'd like to thank Carl for putting on the practice sessions, and I'd also like to thank you, Jay, because you seem to know a lot about the history of this league and what's been happening, especially with me.
No, I'm just stalking you, mate. That's all it is.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Actually, I shouldn't have announced that on camera.
No.
But no, thank you. I'm enjoying doing the commentating here. I'm really appreciative of the opportunity Pete and the rest at BSTV are giving me, and I'm glad you lot are enjoying hearing my voice as well. Well, I hope you're all enjoying my voice. If not, then tough luck. I'm contracted till the end of the season.
And if I can, I'd like to make a little announcement.
Oh, go for it.
I'm part of the admin team at SRL, and we are in plans to bring the league back in July.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
Awesome.
No, that's really good. Yeah, we've existed.
Once I get more news, I will pass it on to you.
Good. Please do. And you usually pop up with a video in SRL, so we will sport that on our broadcasts like we always do. Dan Mould. We exist side by side, SRL and BSTV. There's no competition there. We race on different nights. We share drivers. and long may that continue, because it just bolsters great racing. You know, officials are full of SRL and BSTV drivers, and I would like to have that continue forevermore. It won't, obviously, because things change, but as long as possible for me.
Absolutely.
But that's the plan. The plan
agree.
is we're trying to do it so it ongoing, not just a one-off, so it just continues.
Yeah, it's difficult though, isn't it?
We've got a bigger team.
Right.
We've got a bigger
Okay.
team this time.
No,
So.
good. Yeah, I mean, the BSTV team is very, very small, and therefore it's quite restrictive. But it doesn't detract from the amount of races and racing that we manage to attract, and never has done. But you're right. To make it last, sometimes you need more people. And SRL is a great championship. Used to race on a Friday. Don't know whether that'll be the same again or not. But
Yeah, it will stay. It will stay Friday.
Right. Okay. So Friday nights, folks, for SRL. Keep your eyeballs peeled and your eyelids open, because it's a great league. And yeah, it'll be promoted within BSTV for certain. Mutual existence assured. Great stuff, Dan, and we will see you this time next week at Norwich Live.
That's great. Have a good week, guys.
Cool. Right, who shall we? Oh, we're 4 minutes from the end. We'll grab grab a little bit of Paul Hurley, shall we? Welcome to. Well, I was a bit early on my introduction there. Sorry, Paul. Good evening to Paul Hurley, everybody.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening. Yeah. So right, let me find my other screen. So I need to find out where you finished in the first race. Don't even know.
20th, I think.
20th.
20th.
20th. That's pretty good.
Second in class.
Second in class, yeah. And you did the same in the second race, or was it third in class?
Third
no,
place in the second, I think.
Botched the bloody pit stop. I just put about a metre past the bloody pit box, and like give him the time he needed to get back past me, or else I would have had him.
Why did you do that?
No, I have no idea. Probably looking at something else. Looking where David was on the timing screen to see how far away it was. And
yeah, well, I
just missed it.
I get distracted by shiny things generally.
Like a magpie.
Yeah, like a magpie. Yeah. But yeah, a very good points haul for your class. Daniel Lewis, he's annoying, isn't he?
He is. At least, I mean, this was very much, I felt, an Audi track, but he's doing well anyway. He's flying this season. He's improved a lot. I'm catching him up a little bit, but not the race I was in with Jay earlier in the rain. That did not go well.
Oh, yeah. You two been on track already, have you?
Yeah, we had a couple of times this week, but I don't know what happened. I lightly touched the brake and the thing just speared across the track, and yeah, that was that.
Oh, okay. But, you were happy to have a dry race tonight then?
Very much so around here. Yeah.
Right, good.
But yeah, I actually really enjoyed the races. In the second race I had Freddie behind me, I think. Freddie
Coven, yeah.
And if it wasn't for someone mowed the lawn in the last sector before the final corner, and I just got over slowed there, and he got past me. But I was actually keeping him behind. I think he was pretty frustrated.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah.
No, go on.
Yeah, I mean, I'd just say that was a little bit tentative around here because it's so easy to lose it. I think I should have just gone for it a little bit more. If you know what I mean, on your braking, especially roller coaster.
Yeah, roller coaster maybe, but other places on this track, and hopefully Jay will support me. If you go too tough into a corner, particularly after the S's, and up and over the crest of that hill towards the old oak tree, you get that wrong, and you get it wrong by about half an hour because the grass gets you. You're off there. You're writing out a postcard to your loved ones because you may never see them for weeks. It's an excursion into the outback in Australia, even though you're in America. So,
I've got blades. I've got blades designs on my car, so that'd be blades for the lawnmower.
yeah, totally. You would turn into a Flymo or something like that. But yeah, I mean, Jay, you can't push too much on this track, can you? You've got to keep it conservative to a point.
Yeah, there's a lot of elevation changes here, which being in the front wheel drive machines that we dedicate our lives to, it can sometimes get a little bit unstable. Though what you were saying there at South Bend before Oak Tree, that's a prime example of just having to try and maybe slow down the car a little bit more before taking the corner. With these front wheel drives. Slow in, fast out is a real big mantra here. And roller coaster, well, we know how much of a roll of the dice that can be at the best of times. So when you're going too wide into that corner, then it really becomes a lottery. It's such a good track.
I found South Bend, Jay, you really want most of your braking done before you're turning into that, because that'll really unsettle. That's what I found. Just get the car settled before you turn into it.
Yep, cut a little bit of that inside curb as well, and you'll be absolutely, hopefully, flying.
Yep, definitely. And I found like coming into the first corner, when I had the faster guys behind me, they seem to be like, trying to outbrake you, but then you'd end up getting better drive by, well, it's a classic, isn't it? Slow in, fast out. And I was putting away from them again, but I think they're probably a bit frustrated. But I think it's a great track. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of jeopardy. That's what we like. I was kind of expecting more incidents, if I'm honest.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, we've got Nordschleife this time next week. You must be really, really looking forward to that. You're driving the Audi. It's the.
No, I'm in the Civic. I'm in the Civic.
What?
I'm in the Civic.
I was in the Civic.
Hang on, what have I got? Oh,
You're thinking
car.
You're thinking of Dan Lewis.
Yeah, I've got the wrong car on the screen, idiot.
Oh, that's all right.
Right, okay. So yeah, not such a massive advantage being in the Honda.
I don't know. I mean, it's quite a lot on throttle, but it's not really full. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Civic will be good around there.
Right, okay. Let's ask.
I like the track.
Let's ask an expert, Jay.
Where?
Let's ring around for a while. The Honda on Nordschleife versus all the other three cars. Where's it going to feature? Is the Audi going to like muller everybody, or is the Honda going to be like, I don't know, good in the tight and twisties, but not so bad that it's going to lose out massively to the Audi on the straights?
Honestly, throw all of that out the window, because when it comes to Nordschleife, the thing that's going to make the real difference is experience.
Well, yeah.
You have people who live on that track. You have people who literally do the Ringmeister series and drive something different round there every week. There's people who know exactly what every single one of those chalk words says on the lead up to the carousel. Some people are actually quite obsessed with that track, and it worries me quite a bit. Should get them onto something nice like Thruxton instead. But it's going to be all about experience. We could see some very surprise finishes, I think, next week. And as long as people drive to survive, it's going to be. I can't call it. I think we could get some shock winners in each class.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I think around there, like, you need to. It's not just knowing the layout. You need to know all there's loads of little lumps and bumps and things that will literally throw you.
Absolutely.
When you're not expecting it. And I mean, I've driven around that in real life. When I was there, everyone sort of meets in the car park and talks. So one guy said to me, "Unless you've done over 100 laps around this track, don't even try and push. It will kill you."
Right. Okay.
And that's probably very good advice, to be honest with you. Yeah,
sounds very fair, to be honest. Yeah.
And there's not a lot of runoff. So, and if you get a tow there, then you're finished. Right. It's a long way back to the pits.
It is. Yeah, it's basically.
It's a long way back to the pits.
It's the rest of the race back to the pits. I think we're yet
pretty much
figure out how to do the session setup, but the fellowship will speak and make a decision.
Sure, you'll work it out.
Yeah, at some point between now and next Wednesday, to make it an exciting thing for people to watch as well as the races to race, because that's why we're here. But great racing tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week. Anybody you want to shout out to personally before we let you go?
Well done to Dan. He's doing well. But I think kick him up to programs next year to get rid of him next season. And SRL Friday nights. It's going to be a new TCR league starting on 12th of July, I think it is. But up until then, every Friday there is a free fun race that he's put on, which anyone is welcome to join in TCRs.
Good stuff.
So I don't know, maybe I know you guys would help sort of spread the word. I know you
absolutely.
work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. SRL and BSTV have existed side by side for years. We promote each other's leagues and we play each other's videos. It's all good stuff.
So I might get an advertisement put on the livery for that and re-upload it.
Yeah, and post in the BSTV Discord, etc. It's
Definitely.
absolutely welcome. We're not in competition. We are in absolute mutual support. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, too right. Good stuff.
Yeah, this. But thank you very much, gentlemen.
No
Have a
worries.
good week.
Have a great time, Paul Hurley, and we'll see you this time next week.
Take care. Bye bye.
Right, that's the end of the interviews. We're gone past 10 o'clock, so apologies if we didn't catch your interview. Jay, we have driver of the meeting to discuss. There's a few in the listing, in my opinion. Unfortunately, Wobbly is in that window because he's got 2 victories. I don't think Stephen can, because he didn't feature too highly in the first race, even if he did really well in the second. Jamie Jeffrey did well in both races. He was part of that Team Jamie battle. T was alright in the second race and didn't do quite so well in the first. Freddie has done remarkably well again, but I've voted for him so many times this season it'll look like I want to probably put a ring on it. Daniel Lewis, 2 class victories, but he's had plenty of them this season and he's getting the points to reward him anyway. My opinion only. Stefan's done so well this race week that he's in for a shout as well. Renee did so well getting a podium in the first of tonight's races. His second race was good, but it just didn't shine quite as bright. Same for Kasper Smirnoff, or Jamie Smirnoff from the first race, his twin. And then everybody else had either solid races or bits and piece races. It's gonna issue a small amount of vomit in my mouth, Jay, but I'm gonna have to give Wobbly my vote. I don't like voting for winners.
Has it just suddenly got really cold in here?
Yeah.
Hell has frozen over.
Yeah, hell froze fully over. If you look over to the right there, you can see where the Titanic hit it. But yeah, it's yeah, I'm gonna have to. Wobbly did a good job. Obviously, I'll deny all knowledge of saying this and all responsibility for it after the race has finished. But yeah, he's done a good job, and sadly, I'm gonna provide a vote for him as driver of the meeting. Where are you going to place your vote? Please don't say Wobbly, because that'll make me feel even worse.
Well, it was going to go Wobbly's way, and then he didn't get fastest lap in the first race. So he sucks, get wrecked, cry about it.
Can I use that excuse now? Can I change my vote? No.
No, it's unfortunately it's in stone. So now it will always say Pete voted for Wobbly. But I'm going to go with Jamie Jeffrey. Nice. And I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be your second choice.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a really good set of races tonight. Got himself on the podium for the second one. And yeah, this is definitely a Jamie Jeffrey track. And he is also now the co-founder of the Jamie Nation.
Absolutely.
Which, as long as him and Mr. Wilson are together on track, the Jamie virus will spread, and everyone will eventually become Jamies. Now, if you thought 28 Days Later was scary, wait until you see the pilot episode of that one.
Yeah, totally right. That's hilarious. That was good fun. Okay, folks, that's the end of tonight's broadcast from Virginia International Raceway, the full course. That's been one of the best races I've seen for ages. I've never seen 40 minutes disappear so fast in my life. Thanks to Jay for joining me in the booth. Thanks to everybody, especially Sir Alan of Toon, for joining us on the chat. It's been a drama-ridden night, which will sit long in my memory, probably up until we go to the Nordschleife this time next week. Thanks to everybody that watched, everybody that raced, obviously, and everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you this time next week. I'll hand you over to Jay for his goodbyes. Night, folks. Take care.
And if you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure you put a thumbs up on the broadcast, subscribe, and check out the rest of the replays that are on the channel. Get yourself involved in the league as well, because we would absolutely love to see you racing on the track. And we go from the slopes of VIR to the Nordschleife, where the no-lifers will reign supreme. Will it be that case, or are we going to see some shock victories come up in a battle for survival? We'll have to tune in next week to find out. See you there.